Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I roll with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate everybody for checking with me, man. Right now, we got ourselves a hell of a topic right now. I'm telling you, it's a whole lot to discuss. Tonight, we will be discussing Lonzo Ball, ZO2. You already know what time it is. Number one, ZO2 has been rocking a lot of triple Bs, man. I don't know if people have been watching, noticing, or it's been going over people's heads. But I'm telling you, Lonzo Ball hasn't been looking any better right now than he's ever been. Every chance you get, you're seeing Lonzo Ball sporting himself in some high-quality big baller brand attire. It's almost feeling like the good old days again. You understand when you see LiAngelo Ball and Lonzo Ball running around with the triple Bs, and you see Melo. I'm telling you, LeVar Ball is taking this thing to new heights, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been living under a rock, let me wake your ass up. It's Flight Sports TV. Unless you got amnesia, we've been trying to tell you, big baller brand, we in water now. It's something serious. You understand? So it's kind of crazy. It's almost like the writing is on the wall. You understand? Are they trying to communicate with us? You understand? That's what I'm starting to see or realize or feel. You understand? I love what I'm seeing. You know, it started back early on in the regular season. You see Lonzo Ball coming to games rocking triple Bs. You see the shoes. You see shirts here and there. You know, it started off very subtle. You know, Jello came out guns blazing. You see Jello, he in the warehouse and all that. Oh, there's a lot going on. You think triple Bs is done? Listen, let me wake your ass up. It's Flight Sports. You understand? Big baller brand is here to stay. It's a legacy brand. You understand? Let me repeat myself. It's a legacy brand. You understand? This triple B stuff is nothing to be played with. You understand? Triple B's has done so much and has trailblazed so many avenues that I'm telling you, 10, 15, 20 years from now, we're going to look back at what Big Baller Brand did when you see revenue going through the college circuit. I'm telling you, things going to change. As things start to turn, the tides start to turn. You see the G League got to come out with these programs, you know, in order to hold some things off. The JBA was something serious. Big Baller Brand is serious. Lonzo Ball, I'm telling you, you know, me personally, it started to get alarming, not even alarming, but alarming in a good way. I seen him. It was a Donda event. You understand? For the people that may have missed out or forgot about it, Lonzo Ball was at a Donda event rocking Big Baller Brand. You understand? And that's when I was like, whoa. And he was rocking some stuff that never before seen before either. You know, so I'm thinking there's all signs indicating to another ZO2 signature sneaker by Big Baller Brand, a new and improved, retooled, redesigned, re-engineered. You know, tried, proved, and tested. Is something on the horizon? I think so. I ain't heard nothing. This is just, I'm hypothesizing right now. So later on down the line, when things come into fruition, y'all could come back and holler at Flight Sports TV and pay the utmost. Listen, we got a star-studded chat. I got a whole lot to unpack. We just getting cooking. Listen, the panel is star-studded. We got all access. What's the deal, Dex? Talk to the people. We live.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the people's champ. Flight. One thing I want to do, I want to again compliment you on a job well done on the Drew League yesterday. How you held the fort down in absence of some of your mainstays on the panel, and so salute to you for being front and center for the people. Also, shout out to the panel, and
Yeah,
also shout out to the chat, the most livest chat in the YouTube landscape. Can't nobody fuck with it. It's obvious. I mean, listen, chat, y'all name is springing all over the place. You feel me? So, listen, a lot of people want to mimic, and we all know that flattery is the best form of compliment. So, listen, keep doing what you're doing. We love you guys down there. Keep it pumped up, and let's make it happen.
that's right. Rave Kingdom, what's the deal, Rave?
Oh man! Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. It's a beautiful night. Talking about our boy Lonzo Ball. Hope y'all guys had a glorious time at the Drew League. I will say I did miss that. I was knocked the fuck out. But anyway, shout out to all y'all. We gonna chop it up, man. I'm glad to see y'all. I should always hit that like, hit that sub, man. Here to talk about a little bit of ZO2, man. Do what you do. Let's get it. Let's go, Flight.
That's right. So I'm trying to figure out where do we start. I mean, I guess we can go back to the essence.
Oh, where we start? Hey man, look, I can start it off then. Look, go ahead. For starters, I feel like with this going on, I feel like because I've been saying it as well. I get it that you're seeing it. I didn't see it as like a hint of upcoming next shoe. For me, I feel like you understand. I think, like you said, if we go back a little bit, I think people forget Lonzo Ball was never against the BBB at the beginning. He was all for it. You know what I'm saying? They started off the brand with a big spurt. It was a lot of things going on when the BBB started. A lot of energy, a lot of momentum, a lot of I mean, it was going crazy. LeVar Ball was in WrestleMania. Alonzo was getting drafted. All these things was happening. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. Smith, LeVar can take on Michael Jordan. A lot of stuff was going on when the BB started. So it was like a sprout of energy. And then you gotta understand that the issue that happened, Lonzo Ball kind of he wasn't he never was against the family. He just lost comfortability of presenting himself with the BBB brand. I could say he felt a little bit uncomfortable, and only because he felt uncomfortable because remember they was trying to some people was trying to sue. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of court things going on. Remember, Lonzo had to go to court. People forgot about that. That is facts. I don't know if people remember that. Another thing is, remember he had that video where something manager, they was throwing the BBB shoes in the trash. All of that was just, I guess, a sign of a little bit uncomfortability and
Well,
a little bit.
hold on, Rev. I don't mean to cut you off. I kind of want to bring it back to the top, man. Like I said, of the essence of the triple Bs and the ZO2 signature sneaker that drew headlines and drew waves. Upon announcement. We got to remember, it was a point in time. It was a bidding war. Lonzo Ball lit up the UCLA whole situation. UCLA didn't look no more greater than it ever has looked ever since Lonzo Ball graced that stage. You understand? He electrified when it was time. You seen everybody scouts coming out, Magic, this, that, and the third. It was a bidding war, for Lonzo Ball in terms of the sneaker market. A lot of brands was in the mix. You had Adidas, you had Under Armour, Puma. You had all of them were in the mix for Lonzo Ball, ladies and gentlemen. What did Lonzo Ball do? Mind you, Nike was willing to do a co-branding situation with Lonzo and the Triple Bs where he would have been a Nike signature athlete but they would have had the Big Baller brand would have been represented on the actual sneaker. So they was going to do a co-branding situation. It wasn't going to be a outright. I don't know what the business side of it was looking like, so maybe that deterred the situation. But I think they were hell bent on doing their own thing. You understand? And also, when they announced the $500 tag, you understand that sent shockwaves throughout fashion, everything, media, everything. I'm telling you, it smacked everybody upside the head when they heard that damn price tag, ladies and gentlemen. $500. It was unreal. I think that was the marketing that it needed. It didn't need no commercials. The price was $500. LeVar came on and said it was $500. You understand? That was it. And like I said, it's been history ever since. Also, I think it was a lot of potential there. We don't want to. We obviously know that Lonzo Ball has stated it was some issues with the sneaker, but I kind of want to date back to the shockwaves that they had. So it was clearly potential there with Lonzo and Big Baller brand in terms of generating sneaker sales around the world. You understand? Do you feel like that $500 price tag hurt them in terms of being more marketable to everyone, because it seemed like it was being valued as a premium shoe item? Am I right or wrong? Anybody want to take that?
I don't have an answer. I mean, to that question, I don't think it hurt. I think it was just a beginning thing as they're learning the process of creating this brand that's so powerful, that's going to be beyond powerful. It's already looking powerful, especially the amazing shoes that he did make. A lot of people wanted it. Jordan Clarkson was backing it up, saying he liked the shoes, he liked the brand.
Shout out Queen Bey.
And
B, pardon me.
And for sure, the price tag definitely put a little people on their shoulders, but it happens.
But it was clearly a tidal wave with Lonzo Ball and the Big Baller brand when upon a release. Like, he was the trailblazer. I don't know if people remember. Lonzo Ball was the first one out the gate, front line in this Triple B stuff. Right. Obviously, they all wore it, in high school, right, and also in UCLA. But in terms of at the professional level, Lonzo Ball, when he got drafted, I believe he was wearing his ZO2 shoes, if I'm not mistaken. So it was clear, and it was crazy because it was in Laker colors, so it seemed to be something there. Everything was just ideal, for that shoe to take off. But I think in a new situation in today's market right now, you see the success of a LaMelo Ball. You see what he's doing. I wouldn't be surprised if sneakers endorsements or whoever, you obviously see Lonzo in all these commercials. You understand? You don't see DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine in the commercials. You understand? It's Lonzo Ball. Also, I want to say this. What that speaks to his marketability level. Could you imagine? You understand? If Lonzo Ball was to come out with another signature sneaker, right now he will draw waves right now. Am I right or wrong?
I mean, that's before you cut me off. I mean, that's kind of where I was trying to get to. I was saying that Lonzo, I was trying to get to where he's at right now, because you got to understand about his shoes. He could probably come out with some shoes. He could probably come out with some new glasses. He might come out with some gear. I was reading the title because I was speaking facts on it, because on the title, because I was reading how he's supporting the gear. Then it says shoe, but the gear was first. And I want to talk about that because on Instagram, he's showing the BBB shoes. He's showing the BBB clothing line, hats. So I've been seeing that like almost every post or every place he's been at, he's been showing the BBB. And when you cut me off, I was trying to get to the point of the fact that you could see the transition of him showing how he's getting a lot more comfortable again, being a part of the BBB, and showing that, remember, he is that major big part of the BBB with his remember, LeVar put Lonzo Ball as the major point focus on the BBB when it comes down to the financial spot, or in the when they kicked it off, when it started off, and then it was Melo, Jello, and all of them. That whole situation. Y'all know it. So I was saying that because him supporting him rocking the BBB lately, that can conclude towards his shoes too now. So it's like we can't start thinking, okay, well, can it be another signature shoe coming? At the same time, I don't think it specifically could be a shoe, but man, I see it even bigger than that. I see him the fact that he's really getting comfortable in his shoe. I mean, in that BBB again, that just shows that how he can stretch this market and this brand to bigger and better thoughts. Because remember, when Melo and Zoe was a little bit away from it, Jello was really strong suited in there. Jello was doing a lot of BBB posing, a lot of BBB pop up shops, and you see Zoe all around the BBB thing. So imagine these boys just all the way fully through into this situation to where how amazing they could do to stretch the BBB brand all the way to the maximum, man.
I agree with you, Ray. Salute to Sky, salute to Basil Carpenter Jr., salute to all y'all that's in the building. All access. What's your thoughts on Lonzo Ball rocking a lot of triple Bs? You see the situation. You see Jello. You see also LaMelo. They're at all the events. They seem to be represented. They had a major one out there in Charlotte. They had a major one out there in Los Angeles, and obviously beyond. What's going on with the boys and Big Baller brand? Do you see a signature shoe on the horizon? What's your overall thoughts on the whole situation? I don't know if Dex, you there?
You might
Dex is here. He probably
he have a little technical difficulties.
Yeah, Dex be moving around. So salute to Marvin, Basil, Isaiah, and also everybody out there in the chat. We appreciate y'all for stopping through. Right now, we're discussing Lonzo Ball because obviously what you're seeing right now. We got A Weezy. A Weezy 1. What's the deal, A1?
What up with it?
Yeah, what's good? We sitting here discussing Lonzo. What's your thoughts on Lonzo Ball? Obviously, you see him rocking triple Bs every chance he gets. It was a Donda event. He obviously was rocking triple Bs yesterday during his Father's Day festivities. It's like every chance you get when he's visible is some Big Baller brand representation. Is he trying to communicate something with us? Could another signature shoe be on the horizon? What's going on?
You remember back when Dex took us back to when there was at that argument about the shoe, when it was at the dinner table. You remember that?
Right.
And Lonzo was saying, let's go back to the lab. Let's figure out, tighten the shoe up, figure out, all the, what's going on with it, lower the price, and then we can revisit it.
Right.
All right. So it's been 3 years. So they didn't have a sit down about that whole situation.
Right.
And what better situation right now? The time is right. Everything is right for him to have his own fucking shoe. Then they had 3 years of research, everything down to the T. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if he's getting hurt in Kobe's, why not try his own fucking shoe? So, hey, the time is right now, man. For him to have his own shoe, him be the one, yeah, he'll kill the game right now. He got a good name. He's respected. You hear Stacey King call him the top 5-point guard in the league.
Well, I'm telling you, a lot of people hold Lonzo Ball in high regard, and that's nothing to scoff at. I'm telling you, when he's healthy, all bets are off.
Hey, the time is right now. I'll go cop a pair. If they fuck around and they're 149, I'm going to go cop a pair.
Oh man, if they're 250, I'm copping a pair. Oh God.
Well, similar to how I was with LaMelo, the price of the shoe, Melo shoes. I think they get priced similar, the same way Puma is doing.
Man, you got to compete. You got to compete. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about him, and he can compete. If his shoe is at a 149 price point, 129.99 price point, he can compete. He'll kill the game. It's about units, man. That's for sure.
And it all starts in the past. had their like you said, they had their small talks, their arguments, and at that moment it was so big. It was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. The B. And you know what I'm saying, it started, all the issues happened, and then it wasn't comfortable for him. But now he's starting to get comfortable. You see him wearing the BBB jacket, you see him wearing the BBB hat, you see him playing with his daughter, and then he throws out a random little, little something, little sneaky little BBB jacket just hanging on on the shoulder of his couch or something. Then you see it. So that right there lets you know he's starting to get very, very comfortable, and they need to start, just like you said, they can start getting them talks. Hey man, let's start getting it a little bit better now. Let's start bringing that brand out there again. Let's make them ZO2s. Let's make them
Bro,
jackets,
Ray,
man.
it's about the research and development, and that's what they probably did over the last 2 years. When we're talking about a shoe, it's all about him practicing the pressure points, cutting at a certain angles, and it's all about that, doing that research and developing on that. You know what I'm saying? And once they get that down packed, oh, bro, and they done had the 2 years since that conversation, and I guarantee he's did it. You know what I mean? So, all right, the time is right. Like shit, I go cop a pair as soon as they come out. That's for sure.
Right. 500, I can't do it. But facts, give me about 250. I'll cop them for sure.
I'm about to go cop those mellows, them gray pair. I don't like the lollipop. I don't like all the lollipop Skittles, but I like that gray pair. That motherfuckers is ill.
Talking about the UFO.
I gotta get those purple and black joints. I like those Galaxies.
The Galaxies.
Those are fire, bro.
The Galaxies is hard. I don't own any of the LaMelo Ball shoes personally, but my kids do. I buy them for my kids. But I don't have a pair. Low key, I can't even find a pair of my size. I wear a size 15. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be up there. It's hard to find. And them sneakers selling out.
Yeah.
These niggas be selling out. Salute the sky, everybody in the building. But what kind of shock waves could Lonzo Ball? And also, we could even get into LiAngelo, but right now we got the spotlight on Lonzo because Jello is also behind the scenes. It looks like even furthermore, so it's kind of, I don't know what could be next. When you see Jello down at the office, down at the warehouse doing this and that. You see I see a lot of big baller brand representation more than ever. And like I said, it's starting to feel like the good old days because I don't know if we remember, it was a time when Magic and everybody intervened in their affairs and you had everybody, I'm gonna be my own man. I'm this and this, and it seemed like when Lonzo Ball, had a little whatever, he had to he covered up the tattoo. It looked like the NBA was on his ass about that. They had to put a tape on his tattoo. It was a lot of trickery happening. I don't know.
Right.
Exactly. So what's going on? What's happening with? See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people got to remember this. You understand? We got to get back to the essence. Like I told the people, y'all remember why they had him wearing tape? That was ridiculous.
Yeah, Flight. It's a lot of red tape they probably had to go through over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
How can Lonzo wear? Are we gonna get fined every game if he wears a shoe?
Yeah.
All that red tape.
Yeah.
Probably over the, on top of the research and development, they probably have to work through so he can wear the shoe. So how much profit is the NBA gonna get? How much profit is is his agency gonna get? Because they're gonna have to push it. It's all kind of red tape they got to get through. Right. You know what I'm saying? So as long as they keeping 60% of that business, they own it. But they're gonna have to give something up for Zoe to wear that shoe.
Right. I think something could be on the horizon. Like I said, the guys, it seems like they're communicating, in my opinion. It would not surprise me if we hear a situation that they about to debut something major and possibly a signature shoe. You see what they're doing with the luxury shoe that they got, the lifestyle shoe.
Yeah.
You understand? I think that was crazy.
Yeah, man, the sky's the limit, man.
That was plain.
It's the sky is the limit, y'all. I gotta understand this because when you have your sons getting that mindset to where LeVar's like, look, man, come on. This is you guys' brand. And when they're starting to see this more and more, and you see Zoe more and more seeing that like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? The sky's the limit. We can see something more than just shoes, man. We can see We can see some signature BBB tires. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, or some BBB rims or something, man. I'm telling you, man, the sky's the limit. These guys, and remember, people forget the BBB is not just in America. This is global. You know, BBB is out there in the foreign countries, man. So outside of just this country, so we don't know what the next big thing is. But let me tell you something. Just like you said, Flight, you're right on that. Something is brewing because for apparent reason, that BBB, that ZO2 is just flying in our faces every time we turn the page. I fell asleep, woke up, looked on the Instagram, bam, we see some more ZO2, Zoe wearing some BBB, something BBB. So something is brewing. That's true. Something's brewing.
Right. You know, what do y'all see with LeVar
You know
Ball?
what?
Go ahead. I'm gonna say something about LeVar when y'all done. Go ahead.
Yeah, the time is right, man. Everything is good right now. Like, it'd be perfect time if
It's perfect.
he hit us in the
What
mouth.
Melo doing? What he doing?
You know, just during the workout, he just hit us in the mouth with a new pair. Whoa! We know they're coming.
Right.
That's facts. What's your thoughts with LeVar Ball? You know, big baller himself. You understand? What's your thoughts on him out here running around hustling and grinding?
Right,
You
let's
know,
go.
doing pop ups in various cities. You know, Lord knows what he doing overseas. You understand? He in water. He in tires. He in motorsport. He everywhere. You understand? The man is out here grinding like he don't have a dollar. You understand? What is your thoughts on LeVar Ball and his ambition and his grind? Because it seems like the way he's moving, Big Baller Brown about to do something crazy.
You want to answer that A1 or before I answer?
Well, you guys went out. I didn't hear
Yeah, Dex, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on what we discussing? You got any comments?
Well, I didn't have anything. Shout out to A1. Shout out to Rap God.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Dex, yes,
Bezo.
sir.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to say about that because where you guys was at, I'm in 100% consensus with it. But as far as the big baller expanding his brand to other aspects of commercialization, I mean, that just goes to show you the level of maturity
Yes,
and
sir.
risk that this entrepreneur is willing to take.
Yep.
Because listen, the greater the risk, the greater reward. So you could be conservative and still be a mainstay, but if you want to make a splash, you know, a flamboyant flash and splash, then you're going to have to get out there and tap into different sectors of commercialization because he has the wealth to do it. He have the backing of his sons to do it.
Yep.
He has the name. He has the celebrity. So he don't have to go out and pay for a whole lot of marketing. Each and every one of his sons is a walking billboard. You put some gear on them. They got how many followers? Jello got 3 million followers. LaMelo got about what 10 million followers. Lonzo got about 12, 13 million followers. So if you aggregate all those millions of people that might engage with him, and even if all of them don't engage with him, just say maybe 30% of all those millions of people engage with them. So that's about what 9 million people. You feel what I'm saying? That's engaged in Big Baller, and out of those 9 million people, maybe only 30% of the 9, and that's 3 million. There's a lot of noise going on in the background. I don't know who's doing that,
It's
Oh, that's
A1.
me.
He's not
but
A1.
please, yeah, got to mute your mic. But yeah, so even if you have 3 million people that's constantly engaged with your activities, your brand, and everything that you associate with, that is a core market. And if you have a core market like that, you can make a lot of money and you can basically instill yourself as a never-ending brand. Because if even out of those 3 million, right? And I'm being conservative now. Even out of those 3 million, maybe 900,000 or maybe 1 million might be kids or youth. Those youth is going to grow up into your brand. Whereas some of us, we might not grow up into wearing basketball shoes, but we might grow up and wear, some of the luxury shoes because we get to make more money. We might wear the t-shirts, we might wear the hat, we might have some type of apparel or accessory that associated with big baller brand. But the kids is going to try to rock everything they can get their hands on or they can afford. So it is basically necessary for them to bring down some of the prices and allow the youth that's rocking with them to grow into the brand and to be able to afford the brand for 10, 15, and 20 years down the line.
Suppose, hold on, Dex. I want to ask you. I want to follow up. Suppose a sneaker was to come, right? How should it be presented to the market? Is the price obviously they started with $500? I doubt they will go back that route again. You understand? Do you see a more competitive price market opposed? Because you remember the first one was $500. I don't know if people remember. If we got amnesia, he came out with a pair of Madagascars that went on sale for a retail price of $200. I don't know if y'all remember these shoes right here. These came out his second year. He sported these playing with LeBron James, and they went on sale for $200 opposed to the $500 price tag. What could you see if they were to roll out another signature shoe on the horizon? Do you see another one where maybe about 165 around where it is competitively with the LaMelo Balls, the MB1s? I mean, what's your thoughts, on the price tag and how important that is?
Yeah, most definitely. I think they will bring down the price tag, and you got to also remember, right? There's only roughly around 415 million people in America. And out of those 415 million people in America, about 12 to 15% of those are black. And then out of that, also out of that, you got about 15 to 18% is Hispanic. So you have a black and a brown population that's basically 35% of the United States total population. Okay. But then outside of United States, you got 90% black, brown, and Asian. So you're going to have, I would think, if you want to be a smart businessman, you would have to lower the prices for these other countries could afford them. You follow what I'm saying? Outside of the G7 nations, a lot of countries are considered underdeveloped, but they have a cash flow. You understand what I'm saying? They have plenty of money, but they're underdeveloped because of the infrastructure of the country or the political climate of the country. But there's still people that still need shoes. There's still people that need clothes. You follow what I'm saying? Because food, clothing, and shelter is one of the three essentials of life. You understand what I'm saying? So if you into that market, and I can speak towards this because I'm into that to a certain extent. You follow what I'm saying? And if you into that market, that commerce market, then one of the things you want to have a mainstay on is as long as there's human beings, then you want to be a part of an essential need or quintessential need that human beings must have. And that's food first, clothing second, and shelter. And right now, BBB is in the clothing market. So they're in a quintessential market. It's not a niche. Some people call it a niche. No, it's not a niche. It's quintessential. You have to have clothes because if you don't have clothes, sooner or later, you can get stricken with illness because of things attaching to your skin, or too much heat comes in, not enough heat is or not enough cold stay within your body. It's a whole lot of stuff that goes on outside of your skin texture that clothing helps you, and it helps you become civilized. Even some of the nations that some people consider uncivilized, you know what I'm saying? They still have some type of clothing. Whether the clothing is scarce, but they still have some type of covering. You feel what I'm saying? So that is necessary especially if you live in areas where you have to go to work and you have to be presented amongst people constantly, whether you're one of the G7 developing nations or industrial nations or not. You still have to make your country move and try to move forward in the growth and development of of its culture and things of that nature. So
Thank
that avenue of being part of a quintessential need for human beings, you cannot go wrong. All you have to do is bring attention to your brand, and then when you bring attention to your brand, present them with
thank,
something that you wouldn't refuse.
Right.
thank you, Dex. Once again, I was cut off again. That's what I was trying to get to. I was trying to hop on that. Growth, growth, development, and rebranding. Growth, you take what you happened in the past. The ball verse when it comes to the Zoe, he was that number one pick. You sprouted out with the $500. You had a lot of people was backing it up. There was some little haywires that wasn't fully connected right. So now the development is, how can we fix this now? We're stronger than ever. We're shooting out the BBB merch as we speak. Here we are. Finally, let's try to get these things correct. Let's just do this perfectly this time. And let's rebrand it. Let's throw it out there now. Let's get that product correctly. Let's get his shoes. Let's make sure that nobody can say anything. Let's make sure that everything that happens, because we can now do this, and especially when the BBB brand is not just Americanized, it's also the BBB, people fuck with the BBB out there in the foreign countries. This is a global brand. Then how can we make this perfect? How can we redo this again? Because the last time, we know what happened. This, that. Little people want to throw the little Twitter comments, la la la. Someone wanted to sue, whatever. We're gonna grow from that. But how can we develop this back up again? Especially when Zoe is on a good run, got a new contract, Chicago Bulls, people loving him. Like you said, his Instagram is popping. He has plenty of views. He has the boys to back it up. He has that name. The ball name itself can sell. So now how can we develop it? How can we rebrand it? How can we put that right back up in the billboards like we did before? But this time, do it correctly. That's why I was trying to hop on that and say, gotta grow, develop, and rebrand, baby. Let's throw that new ZO2 or that new ZO2 jacket or whatever we gotta do. How can we do this perfectly? Because we know good and well people ready to buy them ZO2s, baby.
Right, and I'm quite sure when you said do it correctly, you meaning that
Like,
whatever happened before,
Yeah.
it's not like you
Yeah.
purposely
Mhm.
was trying to cheat the people, but what happened was whatever information that you was riding on, that's the
Right.
information that's the type of product you put out. But when you
Right.
come up with more
Right.
superior empirical information, then you're going to put a more superior product out.
Right, and
I'm quite sure that's what you meant.
right, and it's just a better atmosphere as well. You got you got whatever that was inside that was negative and not helping. You got that out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now here, like you said, the shoes was $500. Now let's do it correctly by doing it. Hey, here we got some new shoes. That's $250. Here's better research. Here's better this. Here's better that. You know what I'm saying? Look how stronger we are. You know what I'm saying? Putting out the merch. You know what I'm saying? We're a stronger brand.
And also, to that point, Flight, Big Baller Brand represents the macrocosm of the human family of the planet Earth. They are a microcosm of the total population because in his camp and amongst his closest associates, you have Hispanic, you have Caucasian, you have Black, and you have Asian. That represents the total population of the planet Earth. And you might have a Native American in there. I mean, probably it looks like I saw somebody mix with a little Native American. I'm not sure, so I can't say it. But Native American is black is basically the same thing. I mean, if you really know your history, it's basically the same thing. So if you have that as a microcosm of the macrocosm, then you have a total 100% appeal rate, because it's not just a black brand, it's not just a Caucasian brand, it's not just an Hispanic brand, it's not just an Asian brand. He have all of them augmented together to perform a wonderful task, and that is to appeal to the masses. So this is basically a Neapolitan board of directors on the Big Baller brand, from what I've seen. And a lot of those gentlemen are still amongst them right now today, doing daily tasks and things of that nature. So when you have that as a team, you already have a winning atmosphere when you have everybody being represented. You follow what I'm saying? And then when you go to the other side of what Ray kind of spoke on a little bit earlier, with the legal situation, things that's being mitigated right now. You had of Allen, a part of the Big Baller brand, who basically went AWOL and is allegedly accused of taking a large sum of money. So in his mind, in Allen's mind, he probably felt that he was rightly deserved that, based on the equity sweat that he put in the Big Baller brand. But unfortunately, you cannot do it that way. That's illegal. And this is why they're entailed in a court battle. So when it was Big Baller brand and Allen still was going to reap benefits and profit of that, because he was a part of that, even though LeVar probably said, no, he ain't getting nothing no more. Let the judge decide. You follow what I'm saying? Because if I'm the judge, you ain't get nothing no more. You stole, that's that. You still living, and we're gonna move past that. So now they're embroiled in this court battle, and by Lonzo rocking it and Jello and them rocking it with pride, maybe, just maybe, is looking like they might win that situation. That when that situation is finally adjudicated, it looks like the ball, no pun intended, might bounce in their court. You follow what I'm saying? And maybe whatever that was taken probably have to be returned, then settled for compensation. You follow what I'm saying? You can't take something and then say, oh, I'm going to sue you because I want to keep what I took. And when you tuck it in illegal means, you follow what I'm saying? Also, the Big Baller brand is in transition. And maybe that transition has completed, because it's not Big Baller brand, it's Big Baller brand INC. So now maybe that is official. So therefore, whatever happened with Big Baller brand is not connected with Big Baller brand INC outside of merchandise. I'm talking about far as creativeness. You feel what I'm saying? So that creative asset that others might have had amongst the Big Baller brand doesn't apply with Big Baller brand INC. So that's a whole new entity in itself, and therefore anything that is generated and that seemed to be profitable stays with Big Baller brand INC and has no more connection with Big Baller brand. That is old. That boat have sailed. So now they can feel relieved. They don't feel like whatever they're doing, Mr. Alan Foster is going to benefit off of it and things of that nature. So there is a separation. There's a chasm. You follow what I'm saying? There's a chasm between Big Baller brand INC and Big Baller brand. So I believe in that case right there, they can make all the new product. They can make new merch. They can enjoy themselves, and they don't have to feel like they're working for somebody who don't deserve to be worked for and compensated for the new aspect of Big Baller brand INC.
Well, what's your thoughts with this whole situation with them talking about, where people maybe thought that he left Big Baller brand? I feel like, in my humble opinion, they never left.
No, they did leave Big Baller brand.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of the Alan Foster situation. So that was angry. LeVar said it out of his. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say because being the fact that it's a family brand, maybe tempers might have went. I don't know. I wasn't in the situation.
No, you're right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You said it right. The temper flare. You follow what I'm
Right.
saying? And the big baller himself was like, man, we done with that, and everybody followed suit. Now, some of them might have followed suit because that's probably what they wanted to do anyway. You know what I mean? Like, whew, I'm glad we don't have to do this no more. I can wear Gucci, I can wear Fendi, I can wear Alexander McQueen. I can just be free with my wardrobe now. You understand what I'm saying? But then he thought about it. Was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, man. That dude didn't do. He ain't the end all be all. I'm the one that started this. Yes, I might have got some help from him, but it was my idea. These triple Bs represent my son names. You follow what I'm saying? Lonzo Ball, D'Angelo Ball, LaMelo Ball, and all of it represents Ball family. So he came to grips. He got out of his emotion because he was very angry, which you would be because you felt betrayed. And he felt that treacherousness was avoidable if you had to talk. You follow what I'm saying? Because listen, let's keep it a buck, man. Allen had a really nice young chick, man. She was a very pretty girl. I don't know if he still have her, but she was a very young girl. And you know what happens when you have them young girls on your side and you parading like you this and you that. You follow what I'm saying? Even though you might have some type of geniusness about yourself. You follow what I'm saying? Or the geniusness of LeVar, you was the point man to make this vision come to fruition. You follow what I'm saying? You knew how to go and network and get everything done and get everything lined up, and then LeVar go ahead and sign off on the check. You feel me? So you promoting yourself to this little young tender, and you know what I mean? And she's like, look, baby, I want a Panamera. You know what I'm saying? This is $1 million industry. You know what I mean? Put me up in Hollywood Hills somewhere in some condo or something. You feel me? So a lot of times when you have that type of access to money and you pillow talking to this young beautiful woman and things of that nature, and you want to impress her because you got to keep up with the rappers now, because most of these pretty girls, these Instagram models, man, they're either going to the rappers or they're going to the athletes. You feel me? So if you ain't known like that, then you're gonna have to shove out a lot of cash to keep that ASS in your grips. You feel me? So maybe things got a little hectic. Money might be coming in a little slow, and he had access to the pond of cash. You follow what I'm saying? And so he like, won't. So now all of a sudden, you get exposed, or you allegedly get exposed. You run off. Remember the Big Baller brand? That address is still the same. That warehouse still the same. They might expand it a little bit, but it's basically still the same. It's located in a certain area of Los Angeles. You feel me? The Big Baller Mansion is still have the same address. They ain't went nowhere. There's only one person that fled, and so happened to be the person that was allegedly accused of stealing or embezzling or misappropriating $1 million. So he's gone somewhere. You follow what I'm saying? He talks in front of a green screen, so you don't know where he's at. But the Big Baller is inviting people all to the mansion and everything. He ain't on the run. Only the guilty run. When the truth on the scene, falsehood flee. You feel me? So like I told Alan, why you running? If you're not guilty, bro, come back, face the music. You follow what I'm saying? The court's gonna weigh it out. You're gonna have your lawyers, they're gonna have their lawyers. It's gonna be weighed out. But if you feel that you are absolutely guilty, and I know I am, but in my mind, I did some street shit because you owe me, I'm taking mines, I'm separating mines from yours, then I gotta go somewhere where I can be extradited. I gotta go somewhere where I can be comfortable and I kind of know the surroundings, so anything look different, I can flee again. So that's where a lot of the discombobulation comes in at, because you saying on one end that Big Baller brand is this, is all that. Then you talk about the kids and all that, but you're doing it from a distance. You're doing it from a distance. It's nothing going to happen to you because this made mainstream media. So once you make mainstream media, you're practically safe. That's a hedge of fire around you when it gets to that level of media attention. Ain't nobody gonna bother you, man. because it's too much attention, too much focus, too much spotlight on you. So come face the music. But by you running and hiding, only guilty feet flee. So that's a big problem. And so those who dislike the big baller brand will go and give Alan Foster an ear because they want as much smut on the big baller brand or anything else, so they can be justified in their distaste, dislike, or not affiliating with or supporting the big baller brand. Because there's no way that you can give an ear to somebody who is running from justice. No way. Unless you aid in the baiting. You follow what I'm saying? If you aid in the baiting, then that's a whole different situation. I can understand you going over and giving him an ear anytime he pop up. But if you ever notice anything good from the big baller brand starts to make wave, here he comes. Here come old Iblis trying to whisper into the ears of the people to turn them away from the attention of big baller brand making big grand moves and moving forward into the culture and being accepted through the assimilation of sports apparel.
That's facts. Uncle Vern, what's the deal?
What's going on, Flight? What's going on, Dex? What's going on, panel? How y'all be today?
We're good. We're sitting here. We got A1 in the building. We're sitting here cooking. We're discussing Lonzo Ball, triple Bs. You know, Lonzo Ball has been even more visible. You know, like I stated before, for the people that's just joining us, it's starting to feel like the good old days again. I just see every chance you get, Lonzo rocking some triple B. Also with LiAngelo as well. It's got me thinking, are they communicating with us? You understand? Are they trying to tell us something? Are they sending smoke signals? I would not be surprised one bit if we come to find out in the future that Lonzo Ball has a signature sneaker coming out with triple B, but like we stated before, we got to remember, I might be going too fast. Let me go ahead, Uncle Vine.
Hey, Flight, let me go tell you something. You ain't going fast enough because I was hoping you would hear him get through so I could tell you what's up. I'll bring past that. I've been spying those them BBBs that what's his name got AB the hero, the one that be having all the time, the red ones. They gonna go real good with that BBB jacket I got. Flight, listen to me, Flight. I had already picked it out, and I had also picked out. Listen to me. I had already picked out that Bulls jersey with Lonzo on there. That number 2 jersey gonna go real good with that black and red Bulls hat I got. Boy, I'm telling you, Flight, I'm way ahead of y'all. And I like them shoes you showed with the multicolored ones that Zoe be having. Because I got a bunch of yellow and a bunch of blues that goes with them shoes, Flight. Thank you, Flight. I'm in it, Flight. I ain't messing with Pluma. I'm going BBB all the way, Flight.
Yeah, I agree with you, but like I was stating before, I don't know exactly what may be on the horizon. I'm just hypothesizing, but we got to remember with Lonzo Ball, there was a point in time where they had to put tape on the tattoo. They ended up getting that rechanged out to, I believe, some dice or whatever it was. But it was truly unfortunate what the NBA did. It seemed like they went over hula hoops, you understand, just to try to deter the big baller brand, the Wave. They knew what it was going on. I'm not sure, the status or what they may do. Will the NBA okay this? Would it be a situation where, I don't know, promotion? I don't know what the hell it was going on, but I would like for some statement to come out to figure out what happened with that situation. And is it possible for them to wear big baller brand shoes if another signature shoe was to come on the horizon? Would there be any flack from the NBA with that? Because if so, that'd be unfortunate. But I think that all signs point to, possibly something like that on the horizon for Lonzo or LiAngelo, even though today we are keeping the focus on Lonzo, but it would not surprise me one bit, because you see what's going on. They live at the warehouse. You understand, they had every pop-up. It seemed to be some type of representation between the brothers, between wherever, any city that they're in. is some type of representation, whether it's Lonzo, whether it's Melo, whether it's Jello. They're involved. The involvement is starting to feel like the good old days. And that's what I want to tell you guys. So the sky could be the limit. I know they seeing what's happening with LaMelo Ball and Puma, and I know the genius that LeVar Ball is. It would not surprise me one bit if he got another trick up his sleeve and he about to smack everybody upside the head. And Big Baller Brand will be back, in the basketball sneaker business. They ain't never left, but I'm talking about back, to compete, with the heavyweights. Just be ready.
Yes, most definitely, Flight. I'm quite sure LeVar Ball have some skullduggery up his sleeve. I remember he had the interview with AB the Hero,
right.
And AB the Hero asked him some really hot seat questions, and I was pretty shocked. Honestly, I was pretty shocked that he had the courage to ask the type of questions that he asked. And shout out to AB the Hero, a living icon in this ball planet, ball verse, or whatever they want to call it. You follow what I'm saying? He asked him about LaMelo, and did he feel that LaMelo was a detractor from the Big Baller Brand? And he basically said, "Listen, on the ball planet, you got Lonzo, you got LiAngelo, and LaMelo just went out for lunch, and then he'll be back. And when he be back, then it's going to be all good." So what I got from that was that they probably came to a consensus. I'm quite sure Jermaine or somebody probably actually talked to LeVar. It was like, "Look, Big Baller, come on, listen, man. I understand what you're doing, but this is a guarantee $100 million. You ain't got to wait 10 years for it." You follow what I'm saying? And his contract is only certain such and such. So grab the 100 million. You follow what I'm saying? Play the game, because you got to remember, LeVar ain't never been no NBA player. He don't know NBA politics. He know professional sports politics because he was a member of the Jets and he was a member of the Carolina Panthers. So he kind of know in general, but Jermaine knows specifically, and he still has an ear to the NBA. Jalen Rose know specifically, and he still have an ear to the NBA. And Jalen Rose and Adam Silver are really good friends. Adam Silver loves some Jalen Rose. You understand what I'm saying? So they probably, talk. It's like, "Look, please let it happen like this. You got this, you got this. You already know that you bought him a brand new whip soon as he got drafted. You bought him a damn Cullinan or whatever that Rolls Royce car is. Soon as he got drafted, so he's already up. Let them grab that change, come back with the coins, disperse it however you guys feel as a family, and then grow. You feel me? Lonzo finna get an $85 million contract. Grow. Hopefully LiAngelo can get in the league and maybe muster up about $5 or $10 million contract and grow. And he said LaMelo will be back. He's just out to lunch. So when you get this coalescence of these Ball brothers as a string in a string, eventually it's gonna become a pond. A pond gonna become a lake gonna become a sea, and the sea gonna become an ocean. It's just evident, and that all this is gonna come, especially when Lonzo have a healthy season. I'm telling you, everybody think it's LaMelo. It's really not LaMelo. You understand? Because everybody expect, well, not everybody. Let me not talk everybody, but in a blanket statement, most people felt LaMelo, especially among us, was going to succeed. You feel me? But Lonzo, his backstory is crazy, yo. And so if Lonzo has a healthy, successful season with the Chicago Bulls in a major market, metropolitan city, a pillared city, seaport as Chicago, founded by a Black Haitian, do you know what that's going to do? The frequency is going to explode everywhere. The vortex is going to be crazy, yo. It's going to sweep up everything in its presence. But Lonzo has to have a successful, healthy season. Now, he had a successful, healthy half a season, but he's got to put that together. And when he put that together in that red and black, that scarlet, red, and black uniform, Chicago MFing Bulls, see red, baby. You follow what I'm saying? Hashtag run with us. Bulls Nation. When that happens in that market, I'm telling you, it ain't no stopping. They already accepts LeVar Ball. They already accept him. They already accept Lonzo Ball. They already accept him. So all he have to do is put it together. His celebrity, the celebrities accept him. The Little Dirks and all them people of the world, those drill rappers, man, they own Lonzo. So they already accept him. So all you have to do is put together a healthy freaking season, and this thing is going to explode. No matter what LaMelo do down there in Charlotte, those people ain't going to accept LaMelo wholeheartedly. I keep telling you guys that. And don't go and believe those streamers that make it seem like the people of Charlotte going. Listen, Charlotte is only like 7 or 8% black. The rest of that is white folks. And North Carolina, as a totality, is only about what 22% black on the totality. The rest of them is white folks. So you're only going to have 17 to 20% of a whole state in Charlotte or North Carolina. But in Chicago, listen, I think the population of Chicago is more than the totality of North Carolina as a whole. You feel me? So this is why Chicago is such a pivotal point. It's such a good city to be a part of. I know it has its ups and its downs, but Chicago is in a very affluent city, and it's a pillar city for United States. So by Lonzo being there, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was Los Angeles, Chicago, or New York, one of those three major pillar cities, especially the media flair that he has, you hear when Stacey King talk about big baller. You follow what I'm saying? Baller. You follow what I'm saying? You hear that from him. A staple, bull, a champion, bull. When Lonzo do his thing, he is so elated and ecstatic and happy for that young man. So his acceptance of Lonzo and the way that he parades Lonzo's success as helping the Bulls get over the hump, that resonate to everybody that listen to his frequency in his voice. If you had doubts of Lonzo, you start to be a little more comfortable. When Kendall Gill says what he says about Lonzo, you start to get a little more comfortable. When Will Perdue says what he says about Lonzo, you start to get a little more comfortable. And then all of a sudden, you start to see it like, wait a minute, man, he ain't what these people said he was. What the hell was going on? Why does people lie to us like that? Now you're getting angry at the people that gave you bad information because you felt that they held you back from liking this young man, especially now he's on your team. And you can see all the things that he adds to your roster and to your team to try to help them get over the hump. They lied about this guy. This guy can do this. He can do that. Yes, he has his weaknesses. Yes, he has some flaws. Who doesn't? We human beings. You follow what I'm saying? We perfect. I mean, we complete yet incomplete. We're not at our best all the time. So we're constantly evolutionary thing in motion. But at the same time, what he does do good is so impactful for the Chicago Bulls, and the fans that just relish about Lonzo and his performance on the court. And then when you get a chance to beat him, you see, damn, this dude is cool as fuck. For him to be that popular and to be that celebrity, he's cool, laid back. He ain't even tripping off this media storm stuff that's going on around him. So that makes him even more accepted amongst the hardcore Bulls fans and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, you got one and you got a winner, Chicago. All you got to do is stick behind that young man, support him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do what the coach asks him to do, and he's going to do it well. And he's going to take pride every time he touched that floor and dribble that ball. He's going to take pride in what he does.
Yeah. AB had answered your question. I don't know if you see he shout out to AB the hero. We got the legendary AB. Triple B's is definitely in the building. He stated, funny thing is, I asked LeVar 2 questions and let him talk. He knew exactly what the streets wanted to hear from him. You know, LeVar Ball always got his pulse to the streets. He understood. He knows what's going on. You know, he knows what his supporters and followers are looking for, and they definitely meet that demand. Marvin, what's the deal, Marv?
What's going on, guys?
What's
What's going
good?
on?
It was a pleasure
Yeah,
to have you this
yeah.
evening.
You
Today
know,
with
I
this,
just,
yeah,
I just wanted to chime in for a second because I heard Dex talking about Chicago and my boys, them Bulls. You know that.
yeah.
Well, I
Well,
can tell everybody one thing: the Bulls fans love Lonzo. We all love him, and he love us. And he coming back, and he will do everything that's needed for that team to do well. Now, as far as a city loving a player, come on, man. When us as Bulls fans like a player, we like him, bro. We like him all the way, and we all see the potential. He's just like Dex said, he just need to get healthy, and I think he will be coming up this year.
Exactly, Marvin. I bear witness to what you're saying because we don't need to mention Michael Jordan. We don't even need to mention Michael Jordan. We already know how they feel about Michael, so we don't even need to mention him, okay? Because he's a global icon. But what about the big hurts of the world? What about the Brian Urlachers of the world? What about the Sammy Sosas of the world? You follow what I'm saying?
Man,
They didn't have to pay for nothing in Chicago.
you don't play for nothing, brother. You are a total icon. I mean, listen, he already that up there. A lot of people don't realize it, but he is. And it all show this year coming up. I'm just going to be real quiet and just sit back and listen.
Exactly. So we know how the fans of Chicago treat their sports figures and things of that nature, especially when they know that you're impactful and you can help them get over the hump, and you're doing everything you can to make sure that Chicago Bulls is a mainstay in the playoffs and things of that nature. Listen, there's no looking back, man. They start naming food after you. They start naming combo meals after you. All kind of stuff
Restaurant,
to help
everything.
restaurants, all kind of stuff to promote you to be aggregated in a Chicago Bulls. I mean, in the Chicago city, in the Chicago metropolitan area.
Yeah. I mean, he's an icon up there already, man. And you might not believe that, but hey, guys, he hadn't even played a full season in Chicago, and everybody loved him. All we estimations are, come on, please come back, please come back, and he will.
Oh yeah, he's coming back. The main thing is that he finished the season healthy. He's going to
Yeah,
be back and he's going to start the season healthy. From what I hear, he's good. You follow what I'm saying? Everything is responding. The pain is minimal if it's any. You feel me? Because Lonzo don't want to take nothing more than aspirin.
that's
You feel
right.
me? So so this is why that is probably a little drawn out. You know what I'm saying? Unlike what it was with Robert Williams III, how he played through, got shot up, tuck the pills, or and things of that nature to make sure that he doesn't feel any type of discomfort while he's out there playing. But in his mind, we noticed that he was a little hesitant on certain aspects of the game because if that knee goes out, that bag
Yeah.
goes out.
Well, and in Alonzo's case, I believe. Well, I wouldn't say it's totally different because each organization want to make sure they take care of their investments. But the Bulls have an investment in him, and he does in Chicago, and we're going to take care of our damn investment. And it wasn't no reason if we didn't have great expectations in winning no championship and bringing him back if he was still nicked up. Let's heal him properly, get him back a full season, and let's run from there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Bulls wasn't at full strength. Zach, he was tinked up. Even DeRozan. I even heard
Yeah,
DeRozan was tinked up,
yeah.
but he
I
just
mean,
he
it was a
just
lot of
played through
injuries.
it.
I mean, it was a heck of a season just from COVID itself. You know that. We all know that. So it's such an up and down season. Now, kudos to Golden State. They fought through it and won it. Great job in their case. But as far as ball in Chicago, come on, man. you guys will see. I mean, I'm pretty just a small sample size of the games he played in Chicago so far. I'm pretty sure a lot of people already see how the fans love him, and he is worth the hype. And a lot of people like you say, the whole thing with me is I've been real quiet about Lonzo, guys, and I have because it hurt my heart when he got hurt again, man. Because I seen the potential. I know what this guy can do. I know what I mean. He's just so smooth on the fucking court. It's ridiculous, and he takes care of business if he's healthy. So let's see if he get healthy and see what the Bulls do. A lot of rumbles in Chicago about a lot of big time trades. We're going deep in the luxury tax this year, guys. So that's a hot take to everybody that's listening. So get ready. The Bulls gonna make a big splash without
Yes,
losing, without
and I'm here
losing,
for it.
without losing anybody.
Yeah, and I'm here for
Maybe,
it.
maybe Patrick Williams. It's real close to almost Patrick Williams going, guys. I'm gonna tell you that was one
I
of the
already
ones.
know him and Kobe. Yep,
Yeah, well, Kobe definitely, but Pat might have to go in to get us
yep,
something that we're really
yep.
looking for.
And I said
But,
that.
uh,
And I
but
said that.
the main core is gonna be there. So to add another super piece to the super pieces that are there, and then Lonzo Ball being healthy, look out.
Right, and I called that, Marvin, and I think you kind of got on my head a little bit about bringing up Patrick Williams in the trade because you're saying he's young and he ain't fully developed yet and things of that nature. But like I said, it's the best time ever because, like I said, his contract as well as Kobe's contract, you know what I'm saying, is going to come up, and you don't want to wait too late. I think you got another year or two on Patrick, but Kobe is right around the corner. So these are your best assets to trade him in a rookie contract and things of that nature. So maybe if someone is rebuilding and they have a disgruntled employee on their roster who has become a pest, then you can basically snatch that person and put him on your roster because that person might be ready to win now and things of that nature.
Well,
so yeah,
I think I can hear somebody in the background say Rudy Gobert. Well, I want to address that Rudy thing, guys. I want to let everybody know about what's going on with this Rudy thing. It's real close in Chicago. I'm telling you, man. It's but I don't know if I'm all in for it if we give it up. Listen, I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me, but I think Vucevic is a big key to this, guys. I really do. Because you already got your stretch four, man. You got a big guy who can stretch the floor. We just need. I want to some kind of way get somebody like Rudy alongside him. I don't want to lose. If we could do that, then I know we will on our way. But there's a lot of rumbles going on. I mean, OG Anunoby, he didn't come out. He didn't come up. And actually, he came out and said he wasn't happy in Toronto. I couldn't believe that. I've never seen any of that. Had you guys seen any rumbles of that? That Anunoby wasn't real happy in Toronto?
Well, Marvin, honestly, the Bulls is kind of sounding like the Knicks and the Lakers. Everybody's coming there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
No, hell no. Well, I mean,
I shot you a text, Flight. Check your text.
Yeah, it's up. I got it.
Dex, what you said about the Lakers? See,
I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was gonna try to segue into the Lakers. You already know the news, so stop acting like. So stop faking Marvin perspective. You know the news. The news is out there. It's in the streets, and I broke it about a month and a half ago almost. The news is out in the streets that Kyrie might be a Laker.
I mean, here's the deal.
I told you, Uncle Drew is made for Hollywood, man.
Major markets, the big major market cities. I hate to say this, but exclude New York. I don't know why. They draw attention. Man. They draw attention, guys. And if you can put a package together that pleases a top free agent, they will consider it. They will consider it.
It's going to have to be a 3-team trade because we don't have enough assets. So
but I said that already, A1.
Yeah,
they got to bring
I said that. I said that already.
They got to bring in another player. The Lakers would.
See, now, like Kyrie, that's what I'm talking about because by way of Kobe being Bryant, he'll be a Laker.
I'm trying to figure out how the Lakers supposed to get all these players with no assets.
We're the Lakers.
Well,
we're the Lakers. How you think we get them?
We didn't. Listen, hold on. Remember Zen? Wait, hold on. Let me address Flight real quick. Flight, remember Zen said, I believe it was Zen said that the Golden State Warriors, no, not Zen. It wasn't Zen. It was a new brother that was on the panel that's from East Oakland. I can't think of his name. HO2 or something like that. He said the Warriors was over $100 million in luxury tax.
Yeah, they were.
So I asked him. I said, "Yo, brother, so are you telling me the Golden State Warriors bought their title?" And he said, "Yep, they bought that title." And I said, "That's reminiscent of the New York Yankees because that's what the New York Yankees used to do."
I was on the panel when you said that. But hold on, this is what you guys don't understand. Bulls finna do that. They finna do it this year. The Bulls
understand your boy made $30 million this year, man.
Say that again. Hold on, A1, say that again.
Your boy made $30 million this year. Wiggins.
Who?
Wiggins.
Oh yeah.
He's a max player.
Yeah,
a max player. Draymond's a max player.
Curry.
Klay Thompson's a max player.
Curry, Klay Thompson. Yeah. They got like they got about 4 max players on that team.
Yeah. And that's what I was telling you, Dex. The Bulls are finna go deep into it. Watch. First
Yeah,
time in
I read an
history.
article where the owner said spare no expense.
That's right. I mean, he got the money. He's just always been cheap. Now he
Hey, that's the
just.
Clippers owner,
So I'm
bro.
gonna tell
Watch
you
what
guys
the
something.
Clippers
I'm
do.
gonna tell you guys something. Now you might not believe this what I'm finna say, but
Kawhi out here making commercials now.
Zach
Hey, you
Levine
know,
did
hey,
say
the
Jay.
Clippers is gonna try and get him before we get him, and they got a lot
Yeah,
more
listen
assets
to this.
than us.
Listen to
That's
this,
who I'm
Jay.
worried about. Them fucking
Zach
Clippers.
Levine made all this happen. Zach Levine did. So Bulls getting ready to go
What
super
is this
high,
I'm
brother.
hearing about Zach Levine going to Dallas though? You listen to
That's
Dallas's network, and
that's
they
over. That's
all they
already
talking about is Zach Levine.
that's already over. I mean, it could. I mean, it hadn't happened yet, so it could. Talk is gonna be talk.
Nah, he ain't going no Dallas.
Well,
That's not even his cup of tea.
no, it ain't
I can't imagine Zach Levine in cowboy boots and a
Yo,
cowboy hat.
Dex, if you listen to Dallas's networks,
Listen,
man, that's all they talking
I'm
about
in
is Zach.
Dallas.
they
I'm
gotta
in
talk about
Dallas.
something. A1, what they gonna do? Not talk about
Shit,
nothing
Bradley
with their
Bill's a free
fans?
agent. Like Bradley
A1,
Bill is free. Go after his
A1.
ass.
I'm in
Yeah,
Dallas. I hear it all. I'm in Dallas.
Yeah, you know them.
but all I know is when Laker Nation start promoting something, most likely it
Oh,
happens because Laker
oh,
Nation is getting it from the inside scoop. Because they don't, they see one thing about Laker Nation. The one thing I do like about them, I don't listen to them a lot, but one thing I do listen to, when I do listen to them, when they start, they won't promote nothing for a long time because they don't like to have rumor mills because Lakers are championship classy organization, so they don't deal with rumors, right? To try to shake up the people because the people are smart. They're like New York, they're kind of smart people out there. But at the same time, once it starts circulating and they start putting it in their media, then it's happening. It's
Dex,
basically going to happen.
Dex, I want you guys to go look at Kyrie Irving on the podcast I Am Athlete, and he basically said it.
Yeah, I
He
talked about that already.
he basically said it. Yep, he basically said if I went anywhere, he said don't be surprised if I'm in LA. He joked, but that wasn't a joke. Why
Yeah,
would he say that?
what he said, what they called him again, Legium, and everybody started laughing.
so you think he going, huh?
I've been said it, Mark. What do you mean? Do I think I'm the one that broke it?
I
Nobody
know
giving me
it.
credit. I know they don't like me. They don't like me. They don't like Flight Sports TV.
Jay,
Shout
I
out
I'm
know
to
they don't
messing
Dex.
like
with
it.
you
Some of
like
the
you
people
messing
on
with
Flight
everybody
Sports
else.
TV don't like Flight Sports TV.
You think I haven't heard
I
you say
broke that
before?
on FYF live stream about a month and a half ago. I broke it right there, and they try to laugh me and throw Rotten Tomatoes at me. Thought I was crazy, and I was like, "Why you guys don't believe that I got boots on the ground, ears to the street, and people close to the situation?" And it was like, "Hey man, this is what might be going on." It wasn't no definite, but it was some smoke. And all of a sudden, Zen told me it was a Sports Illustrated article on it that I had no wind of. Now I'm reading Shams and everybody else talking. I'm like, dude, I said this about, and listen, have you heard my name saying that uh, All Access Desk broke this info in these YouTube landscape, in these YouTube streets? No, you ain't heard that. Because remember, everybody laughed at me.
I didn't. I just knew you knew something was going on. I had read something on it. I read a lot of them, and some of them you gotta take it for what they are. But
Shout
then
out
if
to
you get
Dex
the
for
right
breaking that
source, if you have
news.
a source from
Another
somebody
one,
in that city,
another one. Let me tell you
Just
another
like
one.
I called it, just
I
like I
don't toot
called
my
them
horn.
Boston Celtics going to the finals.
I don't like to toot my horn. Toot toot. Nah, that's not me. I didn't do that. Toot toot. Dang, you didn't hear that from me. I don't like to toot my horn. But did not tell y'all again about the James Harden. I said I know a friend who's a friend with that family. And they was talking before the breakup. James Harden is out. I said, and then I even sung the song. I said, from Jay Blackfoot, your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. Go check Flight's library, man. It's there
damn it.
before the breakup. And I was told through somebody. You feel me? I didn't hear it myself, but they told me. This was his family's talking about. He's out of there. He's done. He said because Kyrie and KD already have rings and they're playing hopscotch basketball. And he don't have a ring. And I said, that's the same. And I told my partner, I said, bro, that's the same thing happened with Barkley. Remember? He accused Scottie Pippen and Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler for wasting his time in Houston because they already was champions. And when Barkley got over there, they started playing sluggish basketball and was getting their head whipped by the young Lakers in San Antonio. And to some degree, the Utah Jazz. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit. I said, man, I can't wait to get on Flight Sports TV to run my mouth. And y'all looked at me like, man, what Harden going to leave? What Harden going to leave? This is the best chance to win a championship. Why would he leave the Brooklyn Nets? Kyrie's not even there. He can get all the shots up. Dexter, this is a conspiracy. You wearing a tinfoil hat. And look what happened. About 3 weeks later after that, he wanted out. He announced he wanted out.
Well, here's another one that just hit the waiver wire. PJ Tucker from Miami is opting out of his contract. Wow.
He going back to Milwaukee.
Exactly. He want to go back to Milwaukee.
He going back to Milwaukee. He don't want to leave the first place.
He's coming to Chicago too.
The strippers in Milwaukee is cheaper than the strippers in Houston. I'm gonna tell you that now.
I'm trying to get him in Chicago. Fuck that. He fit just perfect in Chicago.
Now you heard it first on Flight Sports TV.
No, he going ring chase. Strippers. He might. He need to come on.
The strippers in Miami.
Where is he going?
Is more expensive than the strippers
in
come
on to
Milwaukee.
The Lake Show.
He coming where to Milwaukee?
He going to the Lake Show.
Oh no! Wait.
I don't know about that. I think he's going to go. He might go back to Milwaukee because they got room for him. Hey, because Milwaukee, LA, they didn't like nothing. They didn't like nothing about last season. How Boston came back and whooped them people, man.
Well, let me tell you,
sour taste in Greek Freak's mouth.
Well, just as quiet as it's kept, you heard it from me first. You heard it from me first. The Bulls know that too, and they want him to do that.
Now, I'm not saying. Listen. I don't want to play around. I'm not saying I made up something. I just got lucky because even a garbage can get steak every now and then, and a broken clock is right twice a day. I'm not saying. I'm telling you what I've heard from people who were amongst the conversation that I know. You follow what I'm saying? I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. Pause. This is something that was told to me over the phone, and I told myself I can't. I didn't tell them that. I told myself I can't wait to get to Flight Sports TV. You feel me? Because if he's telling me what is true, and I believe he is, you understand what I'm saying? Just like about Mr. Coach Westbrook, if he's telling me that, which is true, then it'll be breaking news because it's amongst their family first, even before he even got to the team, even before he got to the media. So shout out to my source.
Well, there's a lot of damn moves out there being speculated. This week is just going to be rampant talks. So we'll see what happens Friday. How about that?
When is the draft? Thursday?
Yes.
The trade's going to go down Thursday.
They might. You're going to get most of them probably that following day, though.
Or, no, you mostly get a lot of stuff during January 1st, where the what's your name is at? What you call it? The free agency deadline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because on trade, a lot of times you don't get no blockbusters. A lot of times that wait right before the season or the deadline. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get those blockbuster moves, who signed where and blah, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, and this draft, and I don't know what's too much good about the draft because it seemed like it hasn't been publicized that much, right?
Well, they predicting it to be not as good as the players that's normally be, but they don't know that. Because you got guys that, you didn't got so many guys that came out of college that came out in the second round and been superstars. They don't, these.
They grew into superstars.
Marvin Anthony Bennett draft.
These analysts will say any damn thing.
It is, but what I'm saying is this right here. I'm not saying there's not talent in the draft. What I'm saying is that there's nothing jumping off the charts where everybody would just run to the TV and watch who's going to get drafted the first 5.
I'm up here asking you, is the draft Thursday? Is that?
Yeah.
Like who's top 5? I mean, like where's it at? I mean, I'm a basketball buff, but the draft never drew me in because I don't even know who the hell was in college.
Well,
I was watching the G League when I watched college.
That's because the NBA season was so exciting. It threw us all off. I usually watch the whole college season. I didn't watch not
Yeah.
one baseball.
I
But
didn't
that was
watch
because
not
of the
one
NBA
UCLA
season.
game until they got into the tournament. Then
I
I
mean, think
watched
about
UCLA.
it. Me and
Then I
you
watched
just talked
Gonzaga.
about
Other than
usually
that, I
by
don't watch
now,
none of their games.
Dex, usually by now, me and you be deep in our baseball season. You know that.
Yeah.
And we ain't watched the drop of that shit. I have, but you
Man,
haven't.
listen, I watched one Dodger game. I think they played St. Louis, and St. Louis pulverized them. But outside of that, I mean, I'm glued to the baseball.
Yeah,
But
me
like
too.
I said, this basketball bit, I think it's got to be Flight Sports TV that's taking me away from my norm. Flight, you
Yeah.
got me all discombobulated. I'm not even aligned correctly to my sports acumen. Listen, I need to be reconfigured. That's what I
Shit.
need.
Hey man, I'm telling you. Well, this basketball season was really exciting. It was a great basketball
Talking
season.
about bought championships, them Dodgers. Don't talk to me about them damn Dodgers.
What
You don't
about
like the
Dodgers?
Dodgers?
Man,
You don't
I'm
like
a
the
Padres
Dodgers?
fan. I'm from Dago, man. Come on.
You a Padres fan?
Man,
Oh,
I've
man, I
been a
feel for
Padres
you.
fan since I could.
You guys ain't
since I
did nothing
could
since
walk.
1984.
Yeah, they about damn
Nah,
near worse
don't get
than
it.
the Cubs.
95, bro. We played against the Yankees. Got swept.
No, I said you ain't did nothing. That 95 Padre team was a fluke.
We
But
went.
that 94 Padre team was a bomb. I mean,
Why you gonna
I
bring
don't know
that
how
damn team up? That's the team
Detroit
that
beat
beat the
them.
Cubs. Don't bring
I don't
them
know
up.
how
They beat us.
Kirk Gibson and
Kirk
company
Gibson
beat
won
that
that
San
game.
Diego.
That's what
That's
Kirk
what I'm
Gibson
saying. That
did.
San Diego Padre team in
Yeah, Kirk
'84,
Gibson
man.
killed us. He had
And
like
they beat
Ooh,
the
they had
Cubs.
Gary Templeton. I mean, they had Tony Gwynn. I mean, that Padre team was loaded, dude.
Yep.
They had Garvey.
They beat
Man,
us.
that was loaded.
Sandy
Shit.
Alomar. We had squad.
Yep. That team was
Sandy, I
loaded.
got. We can.
We had
I'm gonna ask
Sandy
you one
and we had
question.
Sandy and
Go somewhere else.
Roberto.
Yep.
What the hell happened to the Padres last year? As much money y'all spent, man. All that
Listen,
damn
Man,
money.
Padres.
we were 15 games over 500. It's just we are in the best conference.
I think they
the best
fell off towards
division
the
in
end.
baseball.
Toward
Yeah,
the
y'all
end.
fell off
us,
towards the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
y'all
they
did.
fell off
Dodgers,
towards the
Y'all
end.
did make the
Yeah, we
playoffs.
fell
That's
off
right.
towards the end, but we still was 10 games over 500. Between us, the Giants, and
the Dodgers.
it's the best division in baseball, man.
Well, I was sure in the hell happy y'all took Yu Darvish contract off my hand. That's something that make too much money. He's pretty decent though.
Yeah.
You like Yu Darvish?
Yeah,
Well, Dodgers had him for 1 year, remember?
Yeah. Well, when he came to the Cubs, he was lights out. But I don't know what he did last year.
Dodgers had him, and he lost that World Series game against the Houston Astros, and he was done. Dodgers like, we getting rid of this dude. But yeah.
Now I'm
But yeah.
bringing up a player. I'm bringing up a player on Orlando because I've been checking him out here recently, guys. And it's a player on their team that's been hurt. I'm gonna ask you guys, do you guys remember him? This young guy is
Jonathan
bad.
Isaac. You talking about Jonathan Isaac?
Yes. That boy is badass.
Yeah,
If he come back,
but I don't know. I mean, he got injured a couple of times, I believe.
no, the same season he blew his ACL and his Achilles.
Yeah, he came back and then he got hurt again, right?
Yeah, so this year he's supposed to come back, is what I'm saying. Man, but have you seen him play?
I'm familiar with Jonathan Isaac. Yes, I'm familiar
Man,
with
that young boy is badass.
So the Bulls gonna get him, right?
Well, you know he coming to Chicago. You got what you gonna bring him up for?
Boy, you guys are getting more and more like the Knicks as the days unfold.
It's gonna blow your mind who the Bulls get.
Chicago,
We're not gonna be
they
the
either
true
make that
Yankees
big
of
trade.
basketball.
They
Watch.
either gonna make that package for Rudy, or they're gonna go after that young Mitchell Robinson.
Well, it's another young center, guys, that's coming out of college. That a lot of people they got him.
Williams? Talking about Williams?
Nope. Coming out of Memphis. I forgot his name. This boy is
that's
bad.
What I'm saying. He said he forgot his name, but he's bad too.
No, I
that's
just
what
looked
we were just
at him
talking
today.
about. We were just talking about that
right now. I'm gonna bring him
up
right now.
We don't even know who's really in the draft. You got to be a real enthusiast to follow college basketball after the pandemic to know who's been coming up and who's this and who's that, who's averaging what. Who was a college basketball player of the year?
That kid from that center from the Gonzaga.
Oh yeah,
Holmgren.
Chet
Holmgren.
Pick.
Chet
Holmgren. So Chet Holmgren was a college basketball player of the year.
I think so.
Oh, you think so? You don't know for sure.
I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing because he's the number one pick. So I'm just guessing.
You think he's gonna be the number one pick?
Man, they said he's a 7-footer that can shoot threes. He got a handle. He's supposed to be a guy.
But what about Franz Wagner? What about him? I mean, they got both of the Wagner brothers. So what would they need with Chet Holmgren down there?
No, see,
Unless they're
that's
gonna
what I'm
get rid of
saying.
Mo Bamba, they're gonna get rid of Mo Bamba.
Mo
Yeah, Mo
Bamba's a
Bamba's
free agent,
gone.
I think.
Yeah, Mo Bamba's out of there.
Mo Bamba's out of there. He's free. Chicago, he been linked to Chicago too.
They've
Another
been linked
No,
to the
name.
we ain't getting
Lakers.
him.
They've been linked to the Lakers.
Uh-huh.
I think he's a Lakers second choice at that
We might
5 position if they don't get DeAndre Ayton.
listen. The Bulls have almost moved off of Mitchell Robinson. That's how high their sights are now. They almost have moved on. I'm talking about the Bulls landing maybe two big time players, maybe two, and not really getting rid of nobody but Kobe, Simonovic, and a couple of those Troy Brown Jr. them guys. They're gonna keep the core and add.
Listen, I got a
I think
prediction.
yeah, go ahead, Dex.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man. I know. I got some hot takes.
listen. If the New Orleans Pelicans have a slow start, that team will be shaken up by trade deadline.
Oh god dang! Why you believe that? You think they're gonna give up on that young core that quick?
Have they already? Shit, what you mean? They don't care about no young core. That damn poverty-stricken organization.
Oh, now see, you got a damn line in the damn water fishing for some Pelican fans, don't you?
Oh yeah, Sky Jessica, they'll be up here soon. They see that pigeon in the air. Pigeon call, pigeon call. Somebody's talking about the pigeons.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so
Zen called it a pigeon report. That was so funny. He said, "Here come the pigeon report."
I'm telling you, man. As soon as you start talking about those guys, you know what's gonna happen.
either Chicago make that blockbuster trade
What
for
trade?
Rudy.
Well, I
For
don't.
Rudy, man. I mean, what
Well,
else?
but hold
Because
on.
Who they
you
going to
gotta
trade?
think about-
First of all, who they trading?
Bro, this is
A1?
what they're thinking about. This is what they're thinking about. All right, look at the playoffs. All right, did we need Vooch or Rudy Gobert instead of in the playoffs?
And that's true.
Probably Vooch.
Nah,
No.
man, Vooch
We
didn't.
need
I mean,
rim
even when
protection and
Vooch is
rebounding more than scoring. We
That
got
man ain't
scoring.
did nothing in the
And
playoff.
defense,
You heard
man.
Rico talk about him.
and
He
You
defense,
heard
averaged nine
he
Rico
goals
and
in
Nico
the
talk
playoffs.
about Rudy Gobert in the playoff. They break him down. They break his numbers down. The dude is basically
but
absent.
that's Billy
Yes, he
Donovan.
scored 15. I know you're finna look it up, Marvin. He scored 15, 14. You know,
I'm
he's
not
a
looking
15,
it up.
14 guy or
But Billy
17, 14
Donovan
guy.
took Steven Adams to the championship, bro. All right,
Okay,
he knows
Dex,
how to
let me
read
ask you
centers.
something, Dex.
Wait.
Let me ask
Who these? Wait, hold on 1 second. You said say that
Steven
again.
Adams. Steven
Took
Adams
who?
went to the chip with Billy Donovan.
Oh yeah. No, not Billy Donovan. Scott Brooks.
Let
Oh,
me
Scott
ask you this,
Brooks.
Dex. Let me ask you this, Dex. Did the
Oh, he was.
Bulls miss more
Who's their
rebounding
center?
and defense this year in the playoffs than scoring? Or did
Wait, A1. I don't think A1 was finished. What you say, A1?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Say who's their center?
Who
Who?
center?
That year they went to the.
No,
championship.
you said Billy Donovan. I'm telling you, Scott Brooks was a coach,
Scott
not Billy
Brooks.
Donovan.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. All right.
Now the question I got for you guys: did the Bulls miss more defense and rebounding in the series or scoring?
Both.
They missed more defensive and
They
rebounding.
missed
They
everything.
can do.
They both,
Listen,
man.
Vooch averaged
Wolves just was
18
busted
points a
coming into
game.
the playoffs, man.
Vooch
The
averaged
offense
18
was
points
my
a game
turn,
in the
your
playoffs.
turn. The offense was my turn, your turn. It was no movement. It was nothing.
But Zach was hurt though. Zach wasn't
Yeah, but
healthy,
what I'm saying
and
is,
DeMar was tired.
That should have been more movement.
but they
But
got
they
out
didn't trust them
rebounded
youngsters.
every game, guys. Y'all are missing the point. They got out rebounded every game.
They was
Thank
busted
you.
though,
That's why you
Marvin.
need
You understand what
We
I'm
need
saying?
our center.
The only healthy person on that team was probably Vooch.
Yeah, but still, that's what makes, I hate to say this because I love Vooch. That's why Rudy would fit better than Vooch because we'll get the
Vooch,
scoring.
thank you.
We need the defensive presence.
Vooch did good against them though. What do you mean?
Yes,
Bro, in the East, you need a center. In the
Rudy
East,
would
you
do
need a
just
big
about
center.
the same.
Okay,
with
go
good
look at
defense
Vooch
and
numbers.
rebound.
Let's see. Go look at Vooch numbers. Go look at
Bro,
already
Vooch
know
can't
we
guard.
have it.
Vooch can't guard Embiid. Vooch can't guard Giannis. He can't. He's not deterring those dudes from doing nothing. We got to go through those dudes. And now this center from fucking Boston, once he gets an off season getting healthy, Grant Williams, whoever the hell he is, that big ass dude,
Robert Williams.
Yeah, we got to go through these dudes. We need somebody compatible. Them dudes ain't scoring no points. Even
Okay.
Capella's averaging 15 rebounds a game.
Okay,
we got to go through these dudes. We need a rebounder, defensive guy. Fuck a guy that can stretch. We got 3 dudes that can stretch the floor.
Okay, but what is Gobert going to do? Is he going to just sit in the paint? What about when they take him out of the
Gobert's
paint?
going to give us 15 and 16. That's what we
Every
need.
game,
The
every
only
game.
listen, the only player that Gobert is going to be compatible with, and maybe not even him, is Joel Embiid, and to some
That's all
degree
you need
Bam
him to be.
Adebayo and
That's
Bam
all you
Adebayo.
need him to be. Who else you
We
want him to
don't.
be?
We
But
don't
what about
need
if you
him to
don't
score
play
30.
them?
We need him to play defense.
We do
Dethrone
play them.
them
We need
dudes.
defensive
But
rebounding.
A1 and Marvin. What about if you don't play Philly? What about if you don't play Miami on your journey to
He's still
the
gonna give
Eastern
you
Conference
15.
We
Finals?
still got to
He's
play
still gonna give you
Boston. We
15 and
still got
16
to
every
play
game though.
Milwaukee.
But
And
what has
he
it done for
averaged 15
Utah?
and 16.
But what has that done for Utah? Are
Then
y'all
that
better than
ain't
Utah? Is the
Utah's
Bulls
not the
better than
Bulls.
Utah?
But Donovan Mitchell
Utah's
don't
not
pass
the
the
Bulls.
ball. Donovan Mitchell is the problem in Utah. It's not Rudy Gobert.
I mean, Utah.
What does everybody say? Maybe somebody will pass Rudy Gobert the ball because when he has 10 shots or more, he averages 19 points a game.
Yeah,
So
as a
with
stick in the mud.
Rudy Gobert, Lonzo, that lob, and then DeMar, Zach. Come on, man.
But you got
We can
Patrick
stretch
Williams
the
for the
floor,
lob. So you giving
bro.
up on
We'll
Patrick
stretch,
Williams? He ain't.
bro, man.
He's there for the
Rudy
lob.
Gobert can jump, like jump. The nigga
Patrick Williams
7'3".
can jump.
Man, Patrick Williams, man. I don't know what everybody's seeing Patrick Williams. To me, he got a
I
little
don't
bit of
either.
feminism
Honestly,
in
I
him.
don't either. I think it was just something to have
I
them to
just don't
cheer
see
about
what everybody's seeing that
because he
dude,
got
man.
picked at number
I don't
5.
see it at all.
He ain't
He
going
run with a little
nowhere,
bit of
and he
feminine.
decent.
Like I don't get
I
it.
don't see it either. Iowa. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I
I don't
tried to
see
see it,
all the
but I don't see it.
upside at
Maybe he
all.
wasn't. Maybe he was hurt still, and he just
He
didn't,
has a slow jump
fully
shot. He will
acclimated.
never be able to get it off in the playoffs. It's slow. Like I don't get it. It's a
He all
slow
right.
jump shot.
He all right. Ain't nothing wrong with Pat. Just give him. He ain't number 20 years old. Just like
Yeah,
all
That's because
fans.
you guys
Y'all
are.
give up
Then
on
he gonna
him
be
so damn.
22.
Y'all
Then
give up on
23.
him so fast, and then when he goes somewhere else, you be crying that you did.
but maybe he's
When
not a fit for
I'd rather have
Chicago.
Rudy Gobert for. We got a 3-year window where he can win a chip. He ain't gonna
I
win a
just
chip
think Patrick
with
Williams might not be a
developing
fit for
Patrick Williams.
Chicago,
he's staying too.
especially with DeRozan there. If DeRozan wasn't there, I was like, yeah, have Pat because he can run the floor, he can be the rim runner, he can be the lob threat and things of that nature.
Like I said, he ain't going nowhere either. Now we
Man,
might
we
get
can
Rudy
keep
in again.
him
We might not.
because it's
We
gonna
might
have
not.
to be Vooch, Kobe White, and that pick for Rudy. And I think Vooch would be better in Utah. Be honest, it's more of his style of play, more free flowing in the
And
West.
Rudy fits the Bulls style of play.
Yep.
Real good. And if you see, and the whole key with a lot of people who talk about Rudy, they keep talking about what he do in Utah. Chicago's not Utah. It's a totally different offense, totally different team. Let's see what he does with somebody else for you just say what he gonna do in Chicago or in New York or in wherever.
And trust, we got 2 defensive guys that's gonna cover him up. We're not gonna allow him to come out on perimeter and guard a point guard. That ain't gonna happen. That's just not coaching. You don't put him out on the island against a point guard and expect him to guard him. No,
I mean, first of all, the team predicates around Lonzo Ball. He has to be healthy. That's the key to the Bulls.
But I said that earlier. I did say that earlier. That's the key. He has to have a healthy season from beginning to end.
He has to have. He's the key to the whole team. You seen it when he was healthy.
Yeah, he would have been first team all
in the NBA. That wasn't a fluke. They were
the best team in the NBA. They weren't the best team in the NBA.
Right.
They was never the best team. They was the third best team. They was the third best team.
2 games behind Phoenix. I mean, Golden State and 1 behind Phoenix. Yeah.
Right.
But we were damn good. We were damn good. And he didn't even play a half a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got to have a healthy season.
But the Bulls, even their offense is predicated. Like Dex, you've been saying, you didn't think they ran their offense. Yes, they did.
The first 5 games they ran an offense, and after they lost to New York, I don't know what happened to their offense.
When he went out, they were 27
and 12. All right, they were 27 and 12 the day he got hurt. You think they wasn't running his offense?
They was winning, playing bad basketball.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? What the hell you want them to be 20 and 30? Then you would have said it didn't matter.
Marvin, it showed in the end they was winning, playing bad basketball. At that time, listen, this is how I saw it. Now I could be wrong. You follow what I'm saying? Because I might be looking through a selfish microscope. So I could be looking through a selfish microscope. But I thought that Billy Donovan should arrest DeMar Rosen a few games in the first half of the season and a few games in the second half of the season. He did not do that. The only
Well,
rest DeMar DeRozan received is when he had COVID, and then I think one time he was just so exhausted they had to give him a rest. Now, even if it was against DeMar wishes, because I heard on a live a stream, right? I think it was who was that? Who was that on that stream? CJ McCullough. Yeah, CJ McCullough on First Take, because CJ McCullough's on First Take, so I watched First Take, because normally I don't watch First Take. But CJ McCullough was on there, so I watched it and watched all the segments with him and JJ Redick, and they talked about having mandatory games off. It's already circled in the calendar that they have so many games off to protect the brand. To protect the brand of basketball, because they don't want star players being out there playing fatigue and having a dismal performance in front of fans that's paying big money to come see him, whether at home or away, right? So they was talking about it, and then JJ Redick asked CJ, "Did you ever honor that?" And then CJ said, "Nope." And then he told a story about him and Dame. Every year they go look at the schedule on what days they have mandatory off day, rest days. That's what we call it, mandatory rest days. And then he looked at Dame and be like, "You gonna take this day off? You gonna take this game out, Dame?" And then Dame be like, "Hell no, I ain't taking this day off." And he said, "I ain't taking it off either." And then they'd play.
well, DeRozan
Unto the coach chagrin, they will actually play the days that they supposed to take off mandatory. And so I'm thinking DeMar DeRozan bullied his way to not take his mandatory rest days. And it came and bit him in the ass towards the end of the season when he was extremely exhausted and over fatigued.
Look at his career. He always played almost every game. He barely misses games. This ain't the first year. He always played every year. I mean, every game.
We gotta try something different. We need to cut it down to about 70
Well, it
games
wasn't
this
just
year.
that. We had injuries. That's
65, 70 games this year.
You ain't got your
That's all you
full
need to play.
team. Your players run low
and
on
Marvin
balance.
at A1 and then CJ got on Stephen A, because he said Stephen A. See, this is how you know Stephen A is such a freaking hypocrite, and you know what I'm saying. And he's a corporate Negro, because he said, "Stephen A, you know this, you know how to get down on the NBA, but you don't talk about it." You follow what I'm saying? And Stephen A. be like, no, I do talk about it. I talk about how the player. He said, "No, you don't. You go and get on First Take and talk about all these players taking days off and these fans paying the money to come see them, and they don't want to play in front of the fans. It's an atrocity." And you do that, and through the CBA we have mandatory days of rest like any other job. And man, he made Stephen A look so stupid, because I didn't know that. I didn't know that until CJ McCullough and JJ Redick start talking about it. And so I would say, wow. So you telling me all this time, because I'm riding with Stephen A, these players taking days off and stuff, and you paying $140 for nosebleed section at the Staples Center, and certain players are not playing. But come to find out, it's in their contract that they have mandatory days rest, but nobody actually mentioned it until the first time I ever heard that even term used is when CJ mentioned it. So I be like, these Perkins and Stephen A and Richard Jefferson and all these people, they don't even really give you the full scoop. They only give you the scoop on the owner's perspective. They always want to make the owners look good, in the best of light, and they don't give you the full scoop.
Yeah, they on that other side now. So they
Mm-hmm.
trying to be corporate. They on that other. They wearing that suit and tie. They suits now.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. And JJ Redick said, yeah. He said, because JJ Redick said, yeah, because a lot of times I didn't pay attention to that day, that mandatory day of rest. I want to play. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I never heard Stephen A or none of those guys talk about mandatory days rest. They always hollering at these players trying to take advantage of the league and finding loopholes not to play and all this type of stuff, make them look bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, old head, man. So the old heads played 80 games, remember? They played rain, sleet, or snow. And Kobe was one of those ones. Remember what Kobe said? I play for the kid and the father and the kid that's up in the nosebleeds that can't afford the big seats. He plays for them. So that's who they, what I mean? They hold on to that that whole way of doing things and pertaining to these players when The reason why these new rules are there because of the older players probably asked for it, wanted it.
That's what I'm saying. They wanted
Exactly.
it. Yeah, exactly. They wanted it because it's part of collecting bargain agreement.
Yeah, so
You feel
those
me?
older players
Because you
are
can't run
probably
these
the
players
ones
in the
that fought
ground like
for it.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But my thing is that why that side is not being narrated. It only because of CJ McCullough narrated it that now people starting to say, you know what? I understand now. But the owners and these media conglomerates and mainstream media always try to make it seem like go with the narrative. Players are greedy, they're money hungry, they're lazy. That stigma, that stereotype. Money hungry, lazy people.
Man, they a lot of it, man, is like they wish they can do what these players can do and they can't. So what they do is they talk about him. The one that really gets me is that Nick Wright kid. Oh my goodness.
Nick Roan, they call him Nick Roan.
First. Oh my goodness. That dude
Nick
right
Roan.
there, man. He's just one of those guys that you just want to say, bro, shut up. You ain't never played. But he's one of those analytical guys that puts numbers in front of everything. So eye test and the feeling on the floor and playing against somebody. None of that shit. He don't know that. You know what I mean? So it's all numbers and it's no feeling with him. You know what I mean? And sports is way deeper than fucking numbers, bro. Way deeper than that shit. It's motherfuckers that don't play that got more respect than the motherfucker that's starting. You know what I mean? Because the respect they earn in practice, and maybe they did something or they're in the doghouse and they can't play. So it's way deeper than that. They.
I got a question for you guys. Do you think the Orlando Magic is truly dangling this number one pick out?
Why wouldn't they? They need assets.
No, they got assets. Orlando has assets.
Yeah, I mean to get more assets.
They need a winning team.
They need players. They don't need a
veteran superstar.
I could say this, Marvin, about that right there, right? If I was Orlando, I would trade that number one pick because like I said, there's nothing in that draft that is just eye popping. Yeah. That's just jumping off the charts. Like this is going to be a bona fide superstar, like the Cade Cunningham, like the Jalen Greens, the Jonathan Flamingos of the world, and from last year's draft, and in the draft prior to that with the LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, and the Obi Toppins. At least Obi Toppin was a freakish athlete. You feel me? So you look like you get something. The big O's of the world from you that gave USC a long run in the playoffs. You follow what I'm saying? So when you get the Evan Mobleys in the Jalen Green draft of last season and the Barnes, Barnes from Toronto, who won Rookie of the Year. You follow what I'm saying? You had damn near Josh Giddey. You had damn near a 6-7 man race for Rookie of the Year. Even Franz Wagner down in what's his name in Orlando. So there's nothing here that's jumping off the chart. So if I was Orlando,
that point guard from Indiana.
No, they looking at it. They looking at Jabari.
Tyrese Halliburton.
No,
they're looking at Jabari
from Indiana. Man, he was.
Oh, you talking about in college?
No. Pacers.
For the Pacers, Malcolm Brogdon.
No.
It's a kid point guard.
Damn, what was his name?
He's played there now?
Yeah, he has a weird last name, like a French last name.
A point guard? No, the best rookie they had last season was Chris Duarte. He was their best rookie. Indiana Pacers.
Indiana?
I know Malcolm Brogdon is their point guard.
Yeah, he's the starting point guard, but he was hurt for half the season. And they had who was the rookie that was killing it?
Chris Duarte.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Chris
he's not no point guard. He ain't no point guard.
What position is he?
I think he's a forward.
Nah.
A forward too. A two and a forward.
I think
he played both.
Okay.
He played both. He's like 6'7". He played both.
Yeah, that motherfucker's ill. Yeah,
that's Chris Duarte.
Yeah, yep, that's him. You're right.
That's not a French name. That's a Mexican name.
He decent.
Duarte. Yeah, he was up there too for Rookie of the Year, and then I think he got hurt, and that was it for him. But the thing of what I'm, all right, go ahead, Marvin.
No,
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
saying
Go
that.
ahead. And finish.
Yeah, I'm saying that the thing I'm trying to say is that I agree if Orlando gets off that number one pick because I don't think Chet Holmgren is the guy. I don't think he's the guy. I mean, he's frail. I don't think he's gonna. His transition to the NBA is going to be all that exciting.
Well, Jabari Smith, Jabari is the one that they really thinking about. He's a freaking athlete. He's 6'10". He wiry, but he should be damn good. I don't know who they even looking for. I can't really even judge which direction they should go in. You know, they got so many damn guards from the top 10 picks. It seemed like they would move off of that, try to get some. They need a veteran down there, man. They got too many rookies down there.
Yeah, they got exactly. I agree with you on that. They
They
got
got
too
too many
many.
young players.
They got
They
too
got
many
too many
young
young
players.
players.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
only
sometimes
good if just to give them wreck. You know what I mean? Just to give them wreck, let them run up and down the court, just like Houston, just like Detroit, and maybe something can develop out of that shake. You feel me? And they'll go through the process of elimination. Whoever's the better will elevate, and whoever's not as good will descend. You know what I'm saying? The
you need
better
that
will
veteran in
ascend,
there to put
and
that
not too good will
stabilizing
descend.
force. So
But just let them run up and down the court.
they need that veteran in there for that stabilizing force, though, to keep them
Yeah,
boys in line. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
I mean,
I
I'm telling
definitely
you,
agree
the
with
guy
that.
who's hurt, Jonathan Isaac, that guy is badass. If he can come back, but that's unsure. You know, you don't know if he's going to come back. But he's 6'11". And why would you draft Mo Bamba if you got all these other? If you got, I mean, it just don't make sense on some of these draft picks, man. You get Marquez Folks, Frank Wagner, Jalen Suggs, and Cole Anthony.
I
Now,
just
Marquez
believe.
Folks, what'd you get Folks, Jalen Suggs, and Cole Anthony
No,
for? I mean,
I would trade folks. I would trade folks, and I would package them up with something. Because you got a log jam at point guard,
yeah,
and neither one of them is just a standout. So they all kind of you know around the same. Neither one of them can just overtake the
I
other.
keep
I know
Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony has more minutes than all of them
Yeah,
because what's his name? What's the boy name again? The number one pick, Folks. Folks
Marquez
was
Folks.
hurt. Folks
Yeah,
was hurt, and Jalen Suggs was a rookie last year, so they gave most of the minutes to Anthony Cole. But at the same time, he didn't do no better than any of the other guards. I mean, he scored a few more points and had a few more assists, but outside of that, he didn't really do that much. I know when he was a rookie, he had a couple of buzzer beaters to win games for him, but it's nothing there in Orlando that actually just stands out. So having that first pick, I don't see it does much for them. If I was them, I would try to package that pick and I would try to connect that first pick with a Oklahoma City Thunder because the Oklahoma City Thunder do have some quality assets over there that might be want to get up out of there. And listen, Orlando is a tourist attraction. It's the number one tourist city in America. The Orlando, Florida is the number one tourist city in America. They have overtaken New York for the most tourists coming to that city, right? Or that in that area, that Orlando area. And they have to have some type of winning franchise there. And I think the Orlando Magic needs to get back up to the point where they were a playoff team, even though they wasn't a good playoff team, but at least Vooch and them had them in the playoff, so they had something to look forward to. So when tourists come, they can come check out an Orlando Magic summer game. Because normally the Orlando Magic be so their record be so pitiful that they don't even qualify for anything that extends in the summer. But if they make them better for that city to as a tourist attraction as it in Disney World and things of that nature, this is why the bubble was down there and things of that nature, is because they need to have a winning team. They don't have to be a championship caliber team, but just to get into the playoff, to have some summer basketball down in Orlando when these tens of millions of tourists come down there and just have fun with their family because that's a family event.
listen, they had a good team when they made the playoffs when they had Vooch. They let them all go. They had a good team. That was a damn good team. They was up and coming too. They made the playoffs. They
Right. It
won.
was up and coming. Yes. It was up
Yeah,
and
but
coming.
I mean, they broke them up right after that and let everybody go. But This young boy I was telling you about that's coming out of college, he projected to be number 7. His name is Jalen Durham. He's a 6'11" center with a 7'5" wingspan. I was checking him out. It's a young kid. I think he's gonna be decent. He's 6'11", 250 with a 7'5" wingspan, blocking shots and can shoot too.
Man, you know we trading that pick, man.
Him.
Chicago Bulls don't need the 18th pick. They trading that pick. They ain't gonna package
Well,
that for something else.
We're gonna package
We're gonna
that
draft for
I
somebody
agree.
else and get that to somebody else for
I
something
agree.
else.
and send Kobe with it.
Because Chicago's in win now mode, and they ain't far away.
Do you anybody know of anything about Jaden Hardy? I think he was at the
What
Drew
about it?
League. I'm just asking, do you know anybody know anything about Benedict? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these are some of the top players that's coming out in the draft. Jaden Ivory was at the Drew League. You got Mark Williams. You got Ty Washington. You got Dyson Daniels.
Jaden Ivey played in Drew League?
Say that again.
Did Jaden Ivey play in the Drew League?
I don't know if he played, but I know he was there. I don't know, because if he played, I don't know what team he plays for.
No, he's going to be decent too. He's a point guard. That's who New York wants.
And you got another Nikola Jokic. You got another Jokic that's in the draft.
Sounds just like the one in the NBA.
You got Keegan Murray, Bryce McGowan.
Yeah, that's a lot of those.
Tyree Eason.
They say that
you got another DA.
They say Chet Holmgren is another Durant in the making.
But see, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know
because we didn't watch it. Because you didn't watch it.
Hey, mark my words. In the next 2 years, next 3 years, Brandon Ingram is going to be that dude.
Oh, Brandon Ingram already that dude. He just do it quietly.
Yeah, he's going to be that dude.
He is cold-blooded.
I don't think nobody I can't say nobody works harder than him. Somebody might work just as hard, but I don't think nobody work harder than him.
But it's a couple of good players coming out. That's what I'm saying, man. These guys are projecting them not to be that good. But these guys are going to be decent. It's a lot of wing players coming out, But I was just intrigued about
that. But the media kind of tells us about the draft, man. When it was some outstanding players, it was so much media that, like, let me take a look at this shit. Let me see who's who. Like Dex said, I ain't even had the itch to go look at the list and look at YouTube film and see who these guys are. I ain't even had the itch because I ain't heard nothing. I heard one thing about the Gonzaga guy. Gonzaga guy. He's 7'3", can shoot threes.
And what about Mark Williams? You hear anything about Mark Williams?
Yeah,
I just heard of the guys that the Chicago Bulls want.
But he's 23 years old, though, man. Mark Williams.
Who they brung in to work out? They brung in a couple of wing guys.
You talking about EJ Liddell?
Yeah.
You talking about EJ?
Yeah, but he's supposed to be a player. They say he might not last to 18, but he's supposed to be a player.
But see, it's been fluctuating. Now he's way down, projected at 20, 22.
Wow.
They got him down where the Bulls are picking.
He probably went out and had a drink and dropped down 3 spots. That's how they do.
They bringing up players that were way high and then dropping other players down. I mean, listen, you can't tell with these college players until they get in the NBA. Some of them pan out, some of them don't.
Exactly. But only thing I'm saying is that we have some guys that's kind of have some notoriety to them and things of that nature. But I didn't know that Mark Williams was 23 years old.
Yeah,
and I know to us 23 is not old, but coming out of the draft, that's damn near dog years.
Yeah, that's ancient. NBA is dog years. That's ancient right there.
That's why I was telling you guys about this guy Jalen Durham out of Memphis. He's only 18 years old, and he's coming out.
They ain't helping Chicago win right now. That's for damn sure.
Yes, he's coming. Unless
he's a Mobley,
he would fit directly in. He is what we're looking for. When you get something like that and you ain't paying no big money for it, that's what you want. Instead of trying to pay some big money for Rudy Gobert, if he can give you half of Rudy, listen, if he can give you half of what Rudy give you for no money, I want it. Because you can use that money somewhere else.
Yeah, I get you, but we passing up the 3-time defensive player of the year. We need all that.
Well, they're not passing up on him. They're going to try to package that pick along with a couple more players to get him.
Because we get Rudy, he walked through that door, it's instant. The team instantly thinks they're going to be able to win because it's defense. That just says
I
defense.
disagree. I disagree,
bro.
That's
because
only because you don't believe in Rudy. That's
no,
all.
The three-time
I'm telling you,
defensive player of the year walks into your locker room.
I don't care.
and
I
you
don't
feel
care.
no type of way?
DeMar gonna have the ball in his hand. Then Zach gonna have the ball in his hand.
No,
They both
man.
gonna be clapping like they giving a standing ovation.
That didn't
And
work
Lonzo
last
ain't gonna
year.
know who to get a ball to.
Dex, that didn't work last year, so it ain't gonna work this year. You can't be insane.
Tell Billy
and try the
Donovan
same
that.
shit.
I agree. Tell Billy that. He let that shit go on for all
it ain't
season.
about Billy. It's about DeMar looking himself in the mirror and said, bro, that style of play ain't gonna work.
Let me tell you, it's going to be a
all
surprise.
That didn't happen when Lonzo was on the floor. All you want to talk about is when you didn't see Lonzo. If Lonzo is healthy,
even when Lonzo's on the floor, they clapping and distracting him.
And we was 27 and 12. And we was 27 and 12. Keep
playing
clapping.
Bad basketball, Marvin. Stop it.
Man, you said
they still didn't have an identity.
Hold on. Let me cut you short on that.
Oh my God, Marvin! I'm not trying to fight with you.
Listen. They were fifth in offense when he was on the floor and fifth in defense. You can call it what you want to, but fifth in offense and fifth in defense.
On sheer talent, my brother. Sheer talent got them there.
I don't care what you say. You can put it any way you want.
Fast-paced, high-octane basketball
when he was on
got
the floor,
them there.
They were fifth in offense and fifth in defense. Period.
But once the waters got a little choppy and it settled down.
Dex,
can I finish, my bro?
I can't
Please,
believe what's
finish?
coming out your mouth right now, Dex, because we was on the same fucking shows riding on. You was like on a 10-game stretch where you was letting Vooch have it.
Yeah.
And now you talking about you think Vooch is a better? No, Vooch ain't a. Well, we done saw what Vooch can do.
But A1, you right. And I apologize though. See, I came to the altar. I apologize to Vooch when I saw him go up against the Greek Freak and he held his own. You cannot sneeze at nothing Vooch did that season because that's where you needed him most, and that's where he came through. Is in that playoff. Albeit they got a gentleman's sweep, but Vooch held his own. You cannot besmirch that man and what he displayed that day, that night, that game against that team. You can't. And I would listen. I would be remiss if I did not credit Vooch for the Bulls winning one game in that 5-game series. You know what I'm saying? He held his own against the Greek Freak, dude, and he was aggressive. He didn't bow down, nor did he have his head leaning in shame. No, Vooch, hold your head up high. I was impressed.
The Greek Freak averaged 33 and 15 on him, man. Man, come on, man.
Listen, I understand Vooch was up against the odds, but yet he held his own. I believe Vooch can make a mark if they don't play pity pat with the basketball. Your turn, my turn, yours. Your turn, my turn, shoot. With Zach and DeMar. I'm sorry, Marvin. That's the only thing I'm saying. But the big surprise is going to be Brooklyn trading Kyrie to the Lakers. Because the Brooklyn general manager, Sean Mark, said last month that the conversation about Irving, the deal was ongoing, but he was not. He was a non-committal about the point guard future with the franchise. So he's wavering a little bit. He's unsure. He's standing on rocky grounds. You follow what I'm saying? He also said that
bro, he's played 70 games over 3 years. You can't pay a man. You can't. If the nigga was my brother, I'd be like, hey, bro, you only gave me 70 games over 3 years. I cannot give you the max. What I can do is give you a year-to-year contract like Jordan. All right, 1 year, 33 million. All right, we won a chip. Next year, 1 year, 35 million. All right, we won a chip. Next year, 1 year, 36 million. We won a chip. That's how he's gonna have to do it. He's gonna have to do some Jordan shit 1 year at a time. But max money. And you have to play, you have to give me at least 65 games every year.
But listen what the GM says right here. I'm quoting the GM now. I'm quoting Sean Marks. He said, "I think we know what we're looking for. We're looking for guys that want to come in here and be a part of something bigger than themselves, play selfless, play team basketball, and be available." And that does not only goes for Kyrie, but for everybody else. Well, why did he mention Kyrie? Maybe because Kyrie was the subject of the topic of discussion, but he said available. They're done with this dude, man. They can't wait for him to leave quick. And guess who's going to have receiving with open arms? Bronny, baby.
Wishful thinking, Dex.
Bronny,
Wishful thinking.
baby. Bronny
Wishful
going to say,
thinking. Dex.
come here, my little brother. Come here, my prodigal brother. Come back. And LA is going to suck it all up because you're going to have Space Jams 3 where LeBron James versus Uncle Drew. You can't make this up. He is made for Hollywood. He do not need to be over there in stuck up Brooklyn. Brooklyn is gentrified, man. They all stuck up now, living in them brownstones. You follow what I'm saying? They ain't want nothing for Kyrie. You know, listen, let me tell you something about New York that a lot of people don't know. Do you know New York is one of the most patriotic states in America? And it's north. Did you know that? The only reason why New York gets this melting pot, you know what I'm saying? Because they're coming off the boats and from the island, looking at the Statue of Liberty. But that's only in the 5 boroughs. But outside the 5 boroughs, it's conservative. You ever been to New York?
Dex.
You ever been north of White Plains, north of
Dex
Yonkers?
has a beautiful dream, don't he? As soon as Kyrie ain't there, he's gonna be crying like a motherfucker.
I'm trying to call his name because I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Ain't nobody coming
and
to
I
New
love
York
it
with no
because
damn LeBron James.
I
You might
love the Laker enthusiasm because that's how we are as Laker fans. Like we're enthusiastic. We think on another level.
Wishful thinking.
We gotta think those dudes next door that's renting our gym. They got assets up the yin yang to go get that dude. And Kyrie's the type of dude to go want to play for the Clippers and play against LeBron and play with Kawhi and play with Paul George.
Clippers gonna kick that ass next year.
But you just heard him on I Am Athlete. You heard him out of his own mouth.
I did.
Making contrition.
Right, that's my hope right there.
Acquiescing, compromising,
capitulating,
apologetic.
He was everything.
Peaceful overtures.
Yeah.
All towards look, GM.
Hey Dex, let me ask you this. Aren't you pissed off that the Lakers ain't made a move yet? Like you asked me about my move?
No.
Well, why you ask me if I was pissed off about the Bulls?
Listen, before you get to talking about your Bulls, they don't even have more rings than Golden State, okay? So the Lakers going to take their time. They're going to pace. It's a marathon. It's a marathon.
We got more rings than Golden State.
We got way more rings than Golden State. Hey, Dex, you ain't talking to no damn kid here, brother. I know what the Bulls got. And also,
Golden State got 7 rings.
No damn LA. You can stop dreaming. He ain't coming to no damn LA. Who the hell you think want to play with that sorry ass LeBron? Nobody.
Oh, wow, that's cold. See, there you go with this Michael Jordan crap. I already know where you headed. I know your rendezvous point.
No, I ain't. Listen, I ain't gonna talk about Jordan. I'm talking about somebody we see at the gate. Running up and down.
Played his best basketball with who? Who did he play his best basketball with?
With the team. Damn sure not with LeBron. Shit.
What team did he play his best basketball on?
I don't know. Which one he averaged the most points?
See, there go Marvin with his blind takes and cognitive dissonance. You always fall to that narrative. It's right before your eyes, but you just don't want to believe it.
Okay, here's your bet. How much you bet? Wait, how much you want to bet Kyrie ain't coming to LA since you talking?
How much you want to bet? Make a light of yourself.
Let's go in a private chat, me and you, right now.
Okay, put it in the private chat.
All right. Hang on. And you cocky, big man. Let's check it out.
They's talking
Now
all that
listen,
trash about Kyrie, but he'll take Kyrie for 30 games in the playoffs.
all I'm saying is that Kyrie played his best basketball when he played alongside of LeBron James. He
I
won a
wouldn't say his
championship, his
best
only
basketball.
championship, when he played alongside LeBron James. So that combination, if you augment it together, it will coalesce into a championship. No panic. Is that you with that old raggedy ass fan of yours?
I ain't even buy no fan. That's somebody at a back chip bag or something like that in the background.
So you guys keep that in mind now. All roads leads to LA. Okay. And if you gonna go to LA, what team you want to play with? The Flippers
Clippers.
or the
Yeah.
Lakers?
I mean, shit, if you go to the Clippers gonna have a better chance of winning than going to LA. Well, Lakers.
Oh, look at Marvin. Marvin, you trying to pay your rent.
Come on, brother.
Oh, look at Marvin. Listen, guys, Marvin trying to scam me. He want me to pay his
No,
rent.
you
Listen,
so
Marvin.
smart. I'm
Marvin,
telling
I'm
you
not
it's
listen,
coming.
Marvin, I'm not
I'm
here to pay
telling
your
you it's
high
coming.
ass trick bill. I know you tricking on them little young tenders up here in
Say, I
Oak
say,
Cliff. I'm not here to do that. Stay your old ass in debt. But nevertheless, I'm gonna save you this. I'm gonna save you opportunity for being angered. He is going to the Lakers, and Zach LaVine will remain a Chicago Bulls.
The Lakers can't even put
You heard it from me.
Kyrie.
Why is somebody always eating chips? You guys are some junk food eating suckers, boy. I tell you that much.
It's gonna be a 3-team trade.
Oh, that's A1 eating those chips. What you got them Lays? You got them
I got
Lays?
some sour cream and onion.
Yeah,
You already know.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm
Yes,
gonna say you
sir.
got them Lays, sour cream and onion, man. I know how
Yep.
they crunch. I know the crunch.
Already.
Oh boy, that's crazy, yo.
If the Nets
Are you
decide
on
to
your cheat
trade,
day? This got to be a cheat day because
No,
you
no,
ain't supposed to be eating
I'm
that.
always, bro. I'm always cheating.
if the
I'm always
Nets
cheating.
decide to trade Kyrie, they can have a Kevin Durant problem. Kyrie got the upper hand in this whole situation.
Nah, I think KD are done with it, man.
No, I don't
It's
think.
been 3 years and they ain't sniffed nothing.
I
Exactly.
mean, but that you gotta put the
They
context
got
in them
swept by
3
some
years now.
kids.
You gotta put
When him and
context.
No,
KD look at
the
each other and they
context was the
FaceTime each
context,
other,
yeah.
they say, you know what, KD, me and you both are shoe-ins for the first ballot Hall of Fame, and we got swept by some damn kids.
Yeah.
That gotta
I mean,
sting.
you gotta think about it like this. The first year that they go into the Nets together, KD didn't play that whole year. The second year, Kyrie missed some time from time to time, and then in the playoffs, he been hurt for the first round. Well, he was hurt for I think a couple of games after he played like 2 games in the playoffs. I want to say, or he didn't play at all. And Harden didn't show up at all, and KD had to carry them against the defending champions with eventual champions. This year, KD missed time. Kyrie, you can't blame him for COVID because I mean, it's not like there's something like we know been going on and everyone had to figure it out. You gotta like sometimes you gotta look past sports when it comes to certain things. Like he even got his reasons why he ain't did them. But nonetheless, they trade a big piece of their team. The person they get back in never play. Seth Curry ain't play up to the level that he was playing in Philly, which you can't knock him because he's getting used to a new offense and new system or whatnot. They just ain't had time together. Like Kyrie and KD, like that's just offense. You got to bring a bunch of defensive pieces. Ben Simmons would have helped with that, but I mean, like I said, like next year, I guarantee you, Vegas probably got them in the top 4 or 5 teams that win the championship. You know, Vegas don't miss too much.
Vegas already got him number 2.
Yeah, because when you're doing all that contact, you really ain't see a 4 year with a full next team. It's always one thing or not. And
Hey man, they
like I
can
said,
do it. They can do it with Westbrook. You know.
with Westbrook and KD. Shit.
Hey, Ben Simmons gonna make a difference for them, though, man. If he fucking around with KD, if I was Ben Simmons, I'll be KD. Can I come live with you for the summer? Whatever you doing, I want to do.
Yeah, he
That's what
definitely
I
gonna
would
make a
do.
big difference. But I think if you get Ben Simmons and then you got
KD's
KD
not
and that
working
flex,
out. A1. He's not working out.
because Ben
KD
Simmons
ain't
is
doing
gonna
no
be your
working out
point
in the
guard.
offseason.
Kevin
You
Durant?
say, you say
Yeah,
Kevin
he might
Durant
put
gonna
up some
work out?
shots. Yeah, he put up some shots, but he ain't like out there working out like that. Look at
I
him. Look at his
mean,
body.
yeah, but I mean,
No, that dude works, man.
yeah, like his
And
frame
that
got
dude's putting
bigger
up
so
some
he can get to
shots,
the rim.
man. He might play. He might play a pro am league, a couple of games. Man, KD out here on boats, man.
No,
Nah,
Dex,
KD
you gotta
working,
Kyrie,
bro.
understand, like
Kyrie ain't really working out either.
he got a
Nah,
long, he
KD
got a
working.
long wingspan, so it's harder to
Mm,
pull out when you got a long wingspan.
I'm
Just
telling
like
you,
with
listen. I'm
Brandon
telling you
Ingram,
something,
Brandon
man.
Ingram now
He
getting
ain't working
laid
out
back
like
in the
that.
fucking season.
He might get in the gym with lethal shooter or something like that for a minute or two, but he ain't like just like really putting in mad work in. He's been in the league too long. He already know his game. He got muscle memory already.
Yeah, he been
All
out
he
the
got to
first
do is make sure he
round.
do his stretches and stuff like that. But he ain't out here like Kyrie ain't out here like that either. Everybody in the NBA ain't working out like that, dude. Don't get it twisted.
I mean, I feel you saying, but them boy in their 30s, like they
Now, Rap
ain't
God
in
said
their 20s
KD's
or early 20s when
working
they
out
can
with
just get up
Cade.
out their bed and start hooping. They can get injured. And I'm pretty sure most NBA players do something. Maybe not
Yeah,
work
they
on
do
their game,
something,
but
right? Yeah, they do something. Yeah,
And
the
then they
like I
have that,
said, a
cardio.
lot of them do.
Dex, to have
They do
that skill.
isometrics. You know what isometric is, A1. You know what that is.
Yeah, but to have
A lot
that
of them do that.
skill, in order to have muscle memory, you got to put up and thousands of shots. And it's every year, man. He got to put up
But
thousands of shots in the offseason,
he's
man.
probably not doing it at this juncture in his career. I'm telling you, he's resting.
He had a
He's
bad shooting
he's
playoffs.
getting
You don't think he's trying to
massages.
get that shot right? Like KD been shooting the worst basketball, like shooting wise, like the worst basketball he ever played ever in that first round. Like the
I don't
only
got
reason why
KD
they
being
had,
a basketball junkie like no Kobe. Everybody's not basketball
yeah,
junkies like that.
I mean, yeah, that is true, but I feel like KD, he a junkie of basketball. I think LeBron, I think a lot of these players are actually good. Like I said, like sometimes you have the talent, but if you ain't got passion behind it, it don't really mean nothing. Like you can only get by so much on just physical talent. I don't think he just out here like not taking cardio serious, not lifting. Like
Oh, he definitely not lifting. He definitely not doing
no, I
that.
mean he could be lifting though. I mean just because you ain't seeing no
We
big
lifting the
difference.
bar.
My
We lifting the
sister
bar.
told
Say that again. A1.
No, I just said then.
Oh. No, I'm just saying KD is not working out like that. As we know that Anthony Davis wasn't working out like that, and he should have been one of the main ones working out, and he let it come out of his
Nah,
mouth.
we
He ain't
don't
touched
know.
the
Don't say
basketball
we
since
know
April.
KD ain't working like that because I don't know. Because a nigga that shoot like that and got skill like that and dribble like that, he been working on his game
I'm not saying he
every
never
year.
did work on his game, A1. I'm saying he's not working out like that. Listen to the optimal phrase,
I
like
think he's
that.
working out like, bro. No dude with that much skill ain't working out, Dex. Like
Like I,
putting in time.
Now, just remember I said this. Now, when it comes out, when he said, "Nah, man, I ain't really, been working out strong like that since like 3-4 years now." You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he have to heal. He ain't taking no chances on ripping and running and tore his Achilles again. He ain't finna do all that.
I
Ain't no
mean,
doctor,
I
ain't no
feel you
doctor suggesting
saying.
to him sit down and do nothing and let that thing get stiff. And come
I
on,
just said
man, you
isometrics
gotta
though.
duplicate your movements for all. I mean, you duplicate the movements. You go into recovery, let the doctor massage it, work on it, strengthen it, and
I
then
said
get that.
massages. Remember, I said
Yeah,
massages and
yeah, man, he's
isometrics.
doing
I
his
said
work,
that
man.
already. But I'm not saying he's not working out like a lot of people would think. Like he just in the gym, going 1-on-1, or he just in the gym going 5-on-5s and things
So
of that
he ain't
nature.
got the
He's
mama
doing
mentality.
he definitely ain't got the mama mentality.
Okay.
KD's kind of lazy minded. He definitely ain't got the mama mentality. But what I'm saying is that at this stage in a lot of these dudes' career, they don't work out like that, dude. They just don't. They do the stretching, they do the isometrics and things of that nature, hand-eye coordinations and things of that nature. But out there ripping and running with these youngsters and stuff like that, nah, they ain't. They'll put up some shots in the gym and things of that nature. They'll put up some shots. That's just like you got to do that, right?
And the frustrating thing about it is Dex is I seen it when I played. And what stops these dudes? I used to always tell these dudes, bro, if I was 6'3", I had $20 million in the bank. I just wasn't that big. And it stopped me from doing a lot of shit in a lot of people in the coaches' minds. Not my mind, but in their mind. But I would see these dudes, man, with just goddesses, man. Everything with no fucking work ethic. And
Yeah,
and
okay,
what
then
what
why
what
would you
kills me
argue with
is
me?
these dudes are just as good as Kobe, just as good as Mike. The only thing that separates those dudes from everybody else is the mentality.
Yeah,
It's
the
I'm
work
waking
ethics.
up
Yeah.
at 3 when you wake up at 7. I'm waking up
Yeah.
at 5 when you wake up at 8.
Yeah.
It's just a mentality, bro. And that's the only difference between the Mount Rushmore guys and guys that play for 5 years. It's work ethic, man.
I remember JJ Redick was talking about Kobe Bryant and when he first saw his work ethics, because they were supposed to go to the gym, put up some shots, and he said like Kobe worked on this one move for like 2 hours or something like that, paraphrasing, and he probably only used it in the game twice, but he worked on that same move for like the whole workout session, and he only used it probably in the game twice. That's how
Right.
fanatic he was. And this is why Kobe get talked about the way he get talked about, is because he was a fanatic when it came to being the best. You follow what I'm saying? And he knew what it took, because this is why he was hampering Michael Jordan to communicate with him, because he felt Michael Jordan was the best. So in order to be the best, you have to learn from the best. And that's why he was texting Mike, calling Mike, hitting up his trainer, just hitting up people that was connected to Mike until Mike actually picked up the phone. And once Mike picked up the phone and he felt the energy and vibe from Kobe, they talked every day since.
I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one, Dex. It's gonna be a fight between, because you got that damn head coach over there, Ty Lue, man. So he's just as close to Ty Lue as he is to LeBron. So it's gonna be a tug of war.
Studio Ballhes. He said that's false. Mike was not connected to Kobe. Oh, is that right? Okay.
Okay. Like, did he see the funeral? See Vanessa? I mean, you hear out Kobe's own mouth?
I guess he's a conspiracy.
No, it
Theorist.
I don't like. I don't know the relationship, so I ain't gonna say and try to act like I know or don't know. But I mean, a lot of these athletes do be kind of like putting on a little bit too much about relationships they got with certain people. So I ain't gonna say the word shock, but I don't look at that comment he make as like a crazy comment to make, because that happened all the time. Like, they gonna play up all LeBron and Jordan. They got together and they conversated and they the best of friends, but like deep down inside or like behind the scene, like LeBron might not even respect him like that, because you're like, shit, you ain't embrace me
Well,
yet.
that's a known fact. He don't fuck with Jordan, and Jordan don't mess with him.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
you
known
don't.
fact.
But to the world, like them at the 75th year NBA anniversary or whatever like that. You remember how both of them are kind of in each other's face, talking to each other, all chumming,
And
whatever
that's
like that.
it's being politically correct.
Yeah, no, I get that, but that's the point I'm making. Is like, we don't know if Kobe and Jordan really had the relationship that Kobe tried to make it to be, or that Jordan tried to make it to be, or whatever the case may be.
I'm only going by what they saying. What are you
Yeah,
talking
no,
about,
no,
dude?
I get that, but like I always say, like
I'm
some
going by what Mike said in his interview and what Kobe said in his interview. And the last interview that Kobe that made that assertion was when he got interviewed by all this smoke or something like that with Matt
all the
Barnes
smoke, yeah.
yeah, he said it
No,
out of his own mouth.
yeah, I get it. I promise you, I get it. I just saying, like, I know people though. Like, people will play like how you said it's not politically correct. Like, I know some people that like, like they just
Listen,
can't
I'm
tell you
not
exactly
digging
what's going
deeper
on.
into that. I'm not going to dig deep into that because I'm only going by what they said. Now, if they never said it, that's different. But they both said it. And the stories were the same. Mike said Kobe was pestering him. And Kobe said, I was trying to bug Mike for years until I got him to pick up the phone. This is
No,
what
that
he
could
said
be
out of his own
that
mouth.
could be true. Now that part could be true. But I think what he's saying in the comment section is like Dame connected as like they wasn't
No, he
supposed
said
to
in the
do. You know
comment
what I
section
mean?
that was fake. He said when Kobe was alive, you never heard of Mike and Kobe together.
I mean that's true though. That was it. Two
But
things
you,
can be true.
but oh my God, Panic, I'm done with that.
And
But
no, and
anyway,
I
you already know how it
ain't
goes
saying
in,
no.
in sports and celebrity. A lot of stuff that don't come out until the person dies or a person gets sick, and then all the stuff start coming out. What happens behind the scenes and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So when Kobe retired, and people used to always say that you mimic Mike, you was Mike's twin and things of that nature. Then he tells you why he was Mike's twin. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah, and I ain't saying you wrong and nothing that you saying. I just saying like people play both sides to be politically correct, to save face, to not be a disruption. Just to be nice. Like sometimes people do that, but I ain't saying that they had a false relationship or they lied or anything like that. I just saying I just can't look at one side of the coin without seeing the other.
Listen, I don't know what all that you say. All I know is what they said out of their own mouth, and that's all I'm going by. If they said it out of their own mouth, what can I say? Because I don't know neither one of them personally. You
Yeah,
follow
all
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying is
If Mike said Kobe did this, and then Kobe vouched and said yes, I did do this, or if Kobe said I did this, and Michael vouched that yeah, Kobe did that, then what can I say? Or Shaq, what can I say?
I mean,
I'm
but
only going
see,
by what they
and
say.
that's why he was saying like with Shaq fickle. Shaq had a problem with Stan Van Gundy, but if you talk about it in the public, now that they kind of when they became colleagues at one point, he was like, no, it was never him, it was never the Standard Third. And the book come out, we actually been saying like, yeah, nobody respects them and blah blah blah. Like sometimes these people just be saying things to put on and not saying that it was a lie, just saying two things can be true.
Yeah, well, I'm only like I said, I'm only going by what he said on the stream. You can go back and look at the stream yourself. It's all the Up in Smoke podcast. I think that's the name of it. With Matt Barnes and Stack Jack. You know what I'm saying? He said it right there in front of them. And then we hear Michael Jordan. He said it when he was on some. I don't know what this podcast was, but it was like some old white man. And I don't even know if I don't even think it was a basketball podcast. I just think it was like a leisure or business type podcast. And Mike was talking about his business adventure, and then the Kobe thing, comes up in there somehow, some way. But it is what it is. But I don't know if it's true or not true. I'm not going to say that, but I'm just saying this is what they said out of their own mouth. I'm only quoting the horses. Hey, are you washing dishes?
My bad. Hold on.
Damn.
My bad.
Dex, you taking the bet or what? Or you still scared?
Nah, I'm not going to bet you that. Because I listen. I don't want to take your money because I know he's going to be a Laker.
I don't blame you, Dex. I don't.
Hey, Dex, you sound like Ray Senior right
because
now.
you know what,
You know what,
Marvin, you didn't even think it was going to even get this far. Because when I first brought it to YouTube, most people thought it was just fantasy in the first place.
Yes, I did. I was one of the one helping you boost it on.
So
Yes,
Dex,
I did.
so Dex,
but I know he ain't going.
What
He ain't
percentage
going.
would you say that he going? How sure are you?
No, there's a chance that he might go, but I don't know.
If you 100% sure, bet the money.
No, it's too many wheels got to turn, and nobody can predict that.
And you talking about Kyrie Irving, right?
Yeah.
Kyrie ain't going to LA.
It's all based on Westbrook. That's
Yeah,
what
that's why
based on.
Like if you find a 3-team trade, right? Who the Nets getting? The Nets gonna want a bounty back, right?
Oh, in the trade that Dex proposed, they get a bounty back.
What
Of course.
trade button? I must have. What a trade button?
This is what I
Oklahoma
speculate.
got to accept this thing. Oklahoma and Westbrook.
That's if Oklahoma is going to be involved, because the only reason why I inserted Oklahoma in this triangle is because of Shea, because he's a point guard and the Nets are losing a point guard unless they're going to just let Ben Simmons run the point guard. You follow what I'm saying? If they're going to let Ben Simmons run the point guard, then Oklahoma don't have to be involved. It could be somebody else involved. And Russell can go there. You follow what I'm saying? Like a Bradley Beal or somebody. You feel me?
But see, with Brooklyn, regardless of Kyrie or not, they're gonna be running the offense through Ben Simmons. So that point guard thing with Kyrie, that don't affect her. The problem with OKC coming in is the fact that they got Josh Giddey. They looking at him already as a small point, like a point forward, that he can kind of run the offense, so she don't have to have that much ball handling duty.
He is gonna be able to run off that young boy. That's gonna be bad.
Yeah, and that's why they're not going to take Russ. Like Russ, know he can't go back home. They already
Yeah,
No,
revoted.
that's not. No, that's not true. That's
You gonna
not
put
true.
him in it? You
Listen, hold on a sec. Okay, go ahead. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Oh, no, I'm about to say we gonna put him in that at the end of the day when Russ need the ball in his hand, unless you bringing on a two guard that can't really play the two guard position, can't really defend at elite level, can't shoot the three ball at elite level, or even at a decent level.
Yeah, Giddy's gonna be a damn good player.
Yeah, and I think they got the number 2 pick or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's gonna be damn good though, man.
Yeah, if Chet follow them, that's a point center right there. If he don't follow them, then they're gonna get either Jabari Smith or Banchero. You think they're gonna risk developing those players for Russell Westbrook to come in and be Mr. Triple Double for a season?
Listen, they love Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City.
That's true.
That's what you fail to realize.
No, but two things can be true.
That is true though. I gotta give it to them on that. They do like that.
Yeah, they love him, but they don't love him more than the championship they're trying to win.
What? A championship? Are you freaking kidding me?
If they know they can develop the young players,
come on, no panic. See, you say, see, this is what I say about no panic, man.
No,
he argued against his own self. What are you talking about championship, dude?
No, but
where you get championship in this?
The reason I'm bringing the championship up because you're not winning the championship with Russ. So
why would you bring a championship up when they're not even bringing the championship? Nothing in their media will say or indicate that they're trying to win a championship.
I'm about to break them down right now for you, Dex. Pros and cons. The pros are bringing down Russell Westbrook. You bring him back home, you sell a couple of tickets. That's the only pro. The cons is you hinder the development of the young players that you drafting, and you still ain't making the playoffs, or you still ain't winning the championship, or you still ain't doing that in the playoffs. You do make it without making it down, winning the championship.
Listen,
so that's why I bring up championship. So
you can't bring up championship to Oklahoma City. You can't. There's no way you can bring up Oklahoma City.
Forget the championship thing. Are we going to put
right? Yeah, forget that.
Young,
okay.
Are we going to put developing a young team over? I mean, under bringing Westbrook back just to play a season because he only going to play one season with that big contract.
Listen, Oklahoma City is not tripping off that big contract because I'm quite sure they will absorb some of it, and the Lakers will absorb some of it because the Lakers are already on record as reporting that they will have cash consideration if it comes to Russell Westbrook being taken from another team, so that they won't be afraid of absorbing that contract. So the Lakers can do that. The Lakers can throw away 16 to 17 million dollars this year. You know why they can do that? Because they're the freaking Los Angeles Lakers, and they're the second biggest media market in the world. So okay,
you want OKC to swallow 30 million on a player that's gonna be there for.
I didn't say listen. Hold on now.
Listen
to what you're saying.
Money because it
listen to what you're
up
saying
at the end of the season. So if a team takes that 44 million at the end of the season, that money is off their books to get another free agent.
Thank you.
So that's why he's tradable. Well, who wants him? No, because he has a dying contract and that money comes off your books. For the next free agency. That's why he's valuable.
Exactly.
So
Oklahoma City wouldn't mind doing that because, like I said, this is a league based on nepotism, and you do me, I do you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Russell stayed with them when he didn't have to. When teams was vying for his service, when he was in his MVP years, averaging those triple doubles, teams was vying for Russell Westbrook's service. But he stayed there, and he not only did he stay there, he brought in who? Who did he bring in?
Who did he bring in?
Paul George.
Paul George.
I mean, he didn't bring him in, but he did get him to resign for that season. Because they trade Paul George.
Is anybody listening to this guy right now?
So they ain't trade him.
He just said Russell Westbrook didn't bring in Paul George. Two homeboys.
No, he got traded to OKC. That's not him bringing him in. Bringing him in as, he's a free agent this year. I'm going to talk to him to come join the team, and he coming. He did resign with the team, but he stayed for a year.
So you telling me if Russell Westbrook would have said, "Nah, man, I ain't playing with dude," you think they'd trade for him?
Russell, why would he say that if he need help in OKC, like you said? That wouldn't make any sense.
Nah, they had a whole conversation before he
Of
signed
course,
because
man. That's what I be
he
saying
had a
about
whole
this dude, man.
conversation with him before he signed because he was supposed to come to LA. But
Yes,
LA chose LeBron. So that's why
LeBron.
he didn't come to LA. So he went to Oklahoma City. But he had a whole conversation with Russ. And he chose Russ over the LA situation because LA and LeBron. That's why he went there because of Russ.
And see, when you throw context,
And who else went there
into it,
because of Russ?
no, that's
He's not the only one. Who else?
I don't view that as he going. I view someone
It
going
doesn't
to
matter.
another
But
team.
who else went? Who else did Russ recruited?
I don't think who did Russ recruited. He going to the
Carmelo
Rockets after that.
Anthony.
Thank you. Golly, why I'm not the only one that realize know this stuff? This is so basic. And you arguing it?
So he brought in Carmelo Anthony and Paul George. That's your argument. That's why they need to give him $30 million to play one season, and that can hinder the development.
I just told you this would listen. No
That's
panic.
what they're gonna do.
Listen, no panic. Listen, my brother. I just shared with you. This league is based on nepotism, who you know, how you know them, right? And I just told you that it's also based on I scratch your back, you scratch mine. So when Kevin Durant left them high and dry, that could have set them back, even though they are set back now. But at that time, with all the endorsements and TV contracts, that could have set them back a very, very long time. And I don't know what Kevin Durant put out there in that basketball, that NBA landscape about the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then you have Russ maybe combating any negative stigmas that Kevin Durant might have put on them because he left them high and dry. He just left them like, I'm out. Bye. Do what you do. Now, I'm not saying he was wrong. He was well within his rights because he was an unrestricted free agent.
You sensationalize it by keep saying high and dry to him.
That's what he did.
But
he didn't tell him
he made a decision. Like
no. This is what I'm saying. That's why I use the term high and dry is because Russell Westbrook could. I mean, what's his name? Kevin Durant could have said, "Listen, man, I'm not resigning. I'm done. You feel me? I'm not resigning. So do what you guys got to do." And that would have gave him an opportunity to trade him or just ride it out and hopefully they can convince him at the end. But he didn't give him that thing. He made it seem like it was all good. Nah, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm trying to win a championship. But just not with y'all. He didn't say that part, though. You feel me? So that's why I use the term high and dry. But nevertheless, when a star of his caliber leaves a team, normally they sink out of the playoff picture.
You know what?
But with Russ, they still made the playoff. And then on top of that, he went and brought in a caliber player named Paul George, his homeboy. Then they convinced Carmelo Anthony, yeah, man, come over here, man. I know that Houston thing ain't working. Come on over here, fuck with us. He came, and he had a pretty good year. So that's why he went up to Portland. Portland said, he might got a little something in the tank. You feel me? Because when he left that Houston situation, people thought he was done. Yes or no? When Carmelo Anthony left that Houston situation after like 10 days or 10 games or whatever it might have been, they thought he was done. He ain't going to never get back in the league. And Russ was like, nah, man, come over here, man. We got you. You feel me? And then he played that out, and then he got another contract in Portland, played that out, and got another contract in the Los Angeles Lakers. So from Russell Westbrook not turning his back on one of his fraternity brothers and giving him an opportunity to come help them in OKC, got him another contract. So that right there, the Oklahoma City Thunder had 3 quality players by name. This is what I'm saying now. 3 quality players by name. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony. That is enough to garner you attention, TV revenue, as well as exposure and eyes on your franchise to see what they can do, and maybe another decent free agent can come over there to help out, just based on those three being there. That is a big favor. And I don't think they're going to let Russell Westbrook wallow in his sorrow because the Lakers are not interested in his talent anymore. I believe the Oklahoma City Thunder will run at the chance to bring Westbrook back and use him as a backstory, as a prodigal son. And hopefully Russell Westbrook have enough cachet still that he might can convince a Bradley Beal to come over there and play with him. Because there's reports that the Washington Wizards are interested in the Thunder's guard, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and to pair him with Bradley Beal. So what about if Russell Westbrook was to say, hey man, instead of going over to
Now you sound crazy, Dex.
no, that's the report. And this is coming out of Yahoo News. It's reported that the Washington Wizards
Bradley
is
Beal
interested.
not going
I'm reading it right here. I'm looking right at it. It says report Washington Wizards are interested in Thunder guard Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to pair with Bradley Beal.
Oh, okay.
They could
I
be
thought you
interested
said
in all
Bradley
they
Beal
want to.
going to Oklahoma City. That ain't happening under any
See, that's what I'm
circumstance.
saying. Y'all be jumping that stuff just to get at me. But I'm reading it right here.
But
And I'm
let
going
me
to give
say
you the
this.
source. It's Clemente Alamanza. And he just wrote the
Clemente
article yesterday.
Alaronza.
Alamanza.
No, I
That's his
say
name.
he's Alaronza.
No, that's a report. He's just saying a report. You know what I'm saying? From Yahoo Sports. So, and the thing of it is this. So, if that's the case, if they're thinking, this is their from the Oklahoma City beat writer, if they thinking about moving Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, why not move him from one of their homers, Russell Westbrook, and Shea goes to Brooklyn, and Kyrie goes to LA?
So basically trying to say the only person that getting value in the whole deal is LA and Brooklyn.
Well, sometimes it happens.
So and that's why I say like my favorite player always been Kobe, right? But the one knock I always give Kobe is at the end of the day. Remember when they had these young players like Brandon Ingram and Randall coming in and whatnot like that? You know why they couldn't develop at a quicker rate? Because they had Kobe. Kobe sucked a lot of gravity in. I feel like he hindered a lot of development in LA. So you want to tell me that Oklahoma City, who the only reason why they get to the playoffs since Westbrook dipped, is because of the simple fact that they get CP3. They gonna basically say we got all this young talent. We gonna purposely hinder because they ain't like we don't know if they development gonna get hindered or not. We know it's gonna get hindered.
Okay.
Getty need the ball in his hand.
You
right?
said something already, right? I don't mean to back you up and to break your train of thought, so I apologize if that's so. You mentioned CP3, but what you failed to mention, how did they acquire CP3 and why did they acquire CP3?
Yeah.
People was giving up on CP3.
Yeah, they really about to do CP3 like they doing John Wall.
No, they wasn't giving up on CP3.
No, CP3 was talking.
That's not correct.
Listen, if you look at the reports around the time, they've been saying they be going to set CP3 until they can find a viable a trade for him. He basically been like, no, I'll play like I ain't care, like I'll hoop. He hoop and get them to the playoffs. That really
no, I'm not talking about Phoenix.
No, I talking about OKC. He take them to the playoffs.
Yeah. So but what I'm saying is that how did they get him? How did he get over there?
No, my point ain't about how
you don't know. Russell Westbrook, let me help you out.
Yeah, I know.
You for
the Rockets.
Russell Westbrook wanted out of OKC, and the owner did him a solid.
Okay, so
and he traded him straight across, because he said he wants to be back in the playoff and he want action at winning a championship because remember Houston had went and played Golden State and it was up 3-1. If they would have won one more game, they would have went into the NBA Finals. So Russell Westbrook saw that. So Russell Westbrook saw that and said, "Oh, him and Harden talking." Because their pops know each other pops, you know what I'm saying? Their family know each other family. So because James Harden's a mama's boy. So what happens is that they talking, right? They're talking, And it was like, man, I ain't feeling CP3, man. I ain't feeling CP3. Why don't you come over and play with me? Remember that? Remember when all this was going on? And so Russell Westbrook asked for a trade, and all they did was just swap Russell Westbrook for CP3 straight across. Everything matched. And that didn't work out in Houston, of course. And he ended up in Washington.
To a certain extent, but just ain't in the championship.
No, not like CP3. They went further, remember?
Yeah, but no, and
but Russell, they got eliminated in the second round.
Oh well, yeah, by them standards right there, yeah, they did flop. But like you talking about, like if they would have missed the playoffs or something, they'll get super at the first round. But the point I've been trying to make, Ben. So now you want them to say, we about
to get up out of here, fellas.
All right, salute to you guys, and I appreciate the time. Salute to No Panic, salute to Marvin, salute to Ray, salute to A1.
Shout out Dax. Appreciate to the people, man. It's Flight Sports.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.